crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at weebygeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
The definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello, you are listening to episode 45 of the 365 Flicks podcast, and we're back.
We are back.
After a little holiday.
Little holiday?
Well, would you call it a holiday?
It wasn't really a holiday, it was just just a delayed sort of... it could have been worse. Could have been a lot longer.
How are you doing?
I'm doing not bad. I'm not doing too bad, yeah. Awesome. Not sleeping much, but, you know, obvious reasons.
Well, yeah. So if anybody doesn't know what the hell we're going about... Kev had another little, well, not Kev, but Kev's wife had another little baby girl.
Yeah, I didn't have it.
No.
I didn't have it. I let the wife...
You're still cooking that one, eh?
I'm still cooking that one. You know, the belly's big enough. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we had another child, a little girl, and she is absolutely awesome. We named her Cora, which was kind of a second to last minute thing. It took... we didn't have a name.
See, I told my sister that, and my sister, who I have been told to inform the world, or, well... You know, our listeners...
the millions.
The millions...
Upon millions!
of our listeners who... that my sister Anne likes Supergirl.
Okay.
So I told Anne... That
it's not our problem that she likes it, but it's okay.
Shut up. I told Anne what you've called your daughter.
Yeah.
And she said, what, after Supergirl?
No, that's Cara.
Is it not Carol?
Yeah, that's Carol, which is more like Carol. We call her Cora.
Is it like a really douchey way to say Carol?
No, it's a really douchey way of saying Coral.
Anyway,
hey, Coral!
Bygones. Okay, so yeah, congratulations, my friend.
That's not bad, but I mean, with that announcement becomes your announcement, which is awesome, and you have a bit of theme music for it.
Ooh.
Come
That's
on,
so
then.
cool.
Come on, then. Give me your best Brando impression.
Oh, fuck.
Come on. Brigger is sitting, listening, probably not, sitting there, listening, waiting for a Brando impression here.
I can't do a Brando impression.
You just fill your mouth full of mothballs and just be like, hey, here's a family.
Some men want to watch them off, man.
No,
that's not
that
good.
doesn't work.
That wasn't good at all.
Yeah,
I tried it. It didn't work.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
I apologise.
For anyone who doesn't know, if you've been living under a movie rock for the last however long that movie's been out, that was the Godfather theme tune because I have asked you. And you obliged. You said yes, which means...
I did, of course I did.
If I die, you're stuck with my third child.
Oh, hell, I didn't think that through.
Yep, so there you go. I like putting people in hard places.
I was chuffed when you asked me.
Really? Because you did not sound it. You were just kind of like... You just kind of answered the phone and you were like, oh, right, I've had a beer.
No. To be fair, you phoned me at like 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. Normal people are up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
People who have just had parents are up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Normal people are not.
I know what you're saying.
I hadn't had coffee yet, but I was chuffed. And, you know, after I'd walked the dog and had a beer, I did put the Godfather on that day, as I told you. So,
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That's not what we're here for.
No.
The baby is in the house, hopefully sleeping, and probably screaming the house down with the wife, so I'll probably be getting like a knock on the studio door in the next 10 minutes. So let's get on with the show.
Yeah.
When that red light's on, she can't come knocking.
Damn.
The on-air light, like, not like the red light, just come on. Let's go.
You went there.
Let's go.
You went there, not me.
Episode 45 of the 365 Flicks podcast. We've got a full show for you tonight. Obviously, last weekend or the weekend just past was San Diego Comic-Con, so we want to delve into that shit.
We do.
Talk about that. We've got some good stuff out of that. Or as I like to call it, the weekend that the DCWB EU got its groove back.
That's a wordy sentence.
It's a wordy sentence, but it means so much. And you know what? They did. For me personally...
You know what? I'm a Whedon whore and a Marvel whore, but I would agree with you completely.
Yeah, DC won the weekend. Like, not animation-wise, because Killing Joke kind of got a little bit of a beating, but...
We'll talk about that.
We will talk about that later. So, yeah, we're going to do the San Diego Comic-Con, bit of news, bit of reviews, and then we have a top 5 later on. What was the top 5?
It was top 5 kids' TV show intros.
Yes. Intros, or was it just kids' TV shows? I thought it was just kids, like, shows that we watched. I didn't think it was necessarily just the intro.
Intros.
Okay. Well, my list wasn't finalised, and it's definitely not finalised now. So I will be finalising as we go.
You're a muckle spastic. Read the text that I sent you, for fuck's sake.
We got some good feedback, though, so I might just nick some of theirs and claim it as my own.
And, you know, as I said when I showed you my list earlier on, I have hobbied my honourable mentions like a motherfucker, so you can put some of them.
That's fine. Everybody.
No, it was supposed to be, you know, like TV show intros from when you were a kid, basically.
Yep. And I'm up for that. See, I even wrote it. How the DCEU got its groove back. So, yeah, let's crack on. Do you want to let everybody know where they can find us before we do, though? You can tell I'm sleep deprived.
That's fine. Yeah, sure, you can find us on Facebook and you can find us on Twitter. Look for @365FlixPod. And you can email us if you are so inclined. Nobody's bothered so far.
Have they not?
No, ignorant of anything.
Bastards.
Rant at 365flixpodcast.co.uk, and you can drop by our cheeky website, which is 365flixpodcast.co.uk. We're also on a couple of
bitchin' ass networks.
Yeah, I forgot the word network there.
Network.
That's worrying.
It's not a word you want to forget.
Well, no. We are on the Tangent Bound Network. We are on Weeby Geeks. We are on the Wicked Radio Network. We are on #PornandFamily.
Yeah.
On the Twitters. Have I forgotten any? Oh, shite. Sorry, Omar. Geeky Anchor. Fuck it. Damn it! I've got the last 4 episodes. I've nailed it. Go on then, say it.
Geeky Antics Network Global.
Screw you, you cocky bastard.
Yomar hates you. You know that. Like, I'm sure every time he listens to this, if he's listening, he proper cringes.
Probably.
That's
the first time I fucked it up in a wee while, though.
You have. You can find some awesome podcasts on all those networks.
You know why I fucked that up there?
Why?
It's because I said hashtag something.
Hashtag something? Yeah.
Yeah, and
you're not big on hashtags.
Hackles are up.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've been dropping hashtag bombs left, right and centre.
I've done a couple.
Yeah, you like a hashtag.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think you do.
No.
I think you just protest too much.
Think so?
Yes. While we're on that, like I say, you can find some awesome podcasts on all of those wicked awesome networks. Mark, Dev, Yomar, they're all doing fantastic jobs. The guys at Weeby Geeks, they are doing fantastic. But just want to pimp out a couple of podcasts that are also on those networks. First of all, our friends Hobie. Always got to mention Hobie. You know, it's the done thing.
Of course,
because nobody else is, so we might as well. You know.
Well, you've got to keep Jason.
Yeah, you got to keep him happy.
You know.
And
don't think Blake's bothered.
I don't think he is. No.
I don't think Jeff's bothered either. Bless him.
Probably not.
No.
I think Jeff just turns up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turns up for the beer and the pez.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, you've got Graphic Novice. Did you see Graphic Novice's title for the new episode? It's like episode 90, and it was like part 1 of 10 of the death of Graphic Novice.
Oh shit! I've downloaded it, but I'll tell you what. I'm a little bit behind.
I'm very behind.
Other than Hobie, obviously, because you have to check out what abuse you're getting. But I've been listening to a couple of those conspiracy guys.
Yeah.
Episodes.
Oh, that'll take you a day.
And yeah, that's the thing. You're there for a day and a half.
That will take your day.
When you listen to those guys, they're awesome. Give them a shout, or give them a look out. But the episodes are very good and they're very well informed, but they're quite long. So when you start listening to them, I do kind of fall behind a little bit. So
another podcast that will take your day away and are well informed yet humorous and insightful is one of my favourites. And you know it's my favourite now. It's the Weird Science DC Comics.
Sure.
I fucking love those guys. Did you listen to the last episode?
I listened to last week's episode. last week's episode. I've not listened to this week's one yet.
When they were talking about our classy accents. Apparently we're a couple of classy guys.
Well, even yours.
Even mine.
Shit.
And I would like to point something out. Like, as much as I do like the guys, only one of us is Scottish, and that's not me.
Ah!
I am actually English. But Eric did say that it wasn't so much the Scottish accent that was classy, it was the British accent, which I tend to think is English. So, Eric's on my side.
Well, you're going to really go there, are you?
I'm going there.
Fuck yourself.
Take your independence
Carry on.
and fuck off. What happens if you get independence? Do we have to disband the podcast?
No.
No?
Because I live in England.
All right.
Stupid idiot.
I suppose if you went over to Scotland, like you could do it over Skype.
Skype won't work cross-border.
No?
No.
Oh, do you have to use like...
No, they're going to build like a Wi-Fi wall.
Do you have to use money credits on Skype if you go to Scotland?
Aye.
Oh,
no, it's like Iron Brew tokens.
Oh, Iron Brew no, made of girders. We can't have that. We cannot have that. And yeah, you can also find us on the iTunes, on the Stitchers, on the Libsyn. Obviously, you've got our website where we post everything up. You can find us everywhere, as Chris said in the last episode, and it is becoming my new tagline. We are like shit in a field.
Yeah.
So just search us out, and that's pretty much all I have to say on that.
You been listening to anyone else?
I've been listening to a couple. I've been listening to the Mockers podcast. I found them on Pod and Family. They're cool. Still love the Epic Film guys. Can't say enough about them. And yeah, anything you've been listening to?
Just the usual, really. Another damn wrestling show.
Yeah. I wasn't going to mention them.
Can't beat those guys. I think we're kind of a little bit at war. I sort of pissed Rick off this afternoon.
Oh, what did you do to poor Rick?
Well, they gave us a little bit of feedback.
Oh,
the three of them. And there was something about... Joe said Saved by the Bell was one of his favourite intros. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That was in my honourable mentions. And Rick said that he didn't like it. And then he said that he liked G.I. Joe. And I think I called G.I. Joe a pile of arse. And he kind of said, oh, it's on.
To be fair, though, you do seem to be singling out one of them.
Well, he pissed me off.
In all of your tirades and all of your abuse that you're throwing left, right and centre, you're very clearly singling one of them out. He is your Xavier Woods.
He is. Aye.
And crack
So
on.
you think I'm going to be like Bray Wyatt to his Xavier?
As long as I'm Braun Strowman,
You are clearly Braun Strowman.
Fuck off. I'll take that.
So yeah, check out another damn wrestling show. So you've got Joe, Matt, and another one. They do a weekly podcast about the WWE, sometimes TNA
if he's looking for extra credit.
Yeah.
When he hasn't done the mandatory credit.
But yeah, they're a good laugh.
They're awesome.
And
I love them.
yeah, that's another weekly one that I check out. Mostly to see if I've been called a girl or not.
Honestly, man, my pod docket is absolutely full. I was pimping out shows left, right, and centre on Twitter today.
I saw that.
Trying to get people just to have a little listen. I started thinking to myself, they were all literally podcasts that I have on my docket, and I had to miss out like 15. And I was just kind of like, I've got way too much on this. Like, how am I finding time to listen to these? But I seem to be. And one of them's like a massive 7.5 hour some bitch. Which is their new...
That's the new tagline. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
I was happy with that. I was very happy with that. Especially America's sweetheart, Eric Shea, saying, I love that intro. Speaking of intros, another damn wrestling show's intro. I used to like it. Now I love it.
It's a good intro. Well done, guys.
I think any intro we are part of, it's the bee's knees.
I think Joe did that.
Good man.
Aye.
Good man.
Rick wouldn't have done that.
Rick wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have put the time in. He's too busy watching TNA.
Yeah.
The final deletion.
Or fucking G.I. Joe.
Or G.I. Joe.
Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
So, yeah, San Diego Comic-Con just happened last weekend. It was a pretty big fucking year again.
No, it was Turbo Kid.
Turbo Kid.
That's why he had beef with me. Because he said he must. I don't know if he'd been listening to previous episodes of ours, and he kind of said, "So have you two got beef with Turbo Kid?"
I love Turbo Kid.
And he first of all he called it Turbo Boy. Silly man.
What an idiot.
Stupid idiot.
Stupid idiot!
And then, I explained you loved the hell out of it, and I didn't care for it, and that's when he said it was on. It wasn't to do with G.I. Joe at all.
Okay.
Then I called G.I. Joe a pile of arse after that later on.
Not Turbo Kid, though. You can't call that a pile of arse.
Well, I did.
Oh, it's an amazing movie. I still don't understand how you don't like it.
Like this.
Everybody out there, if you have an hour and a half of your life to waste, go and watch Turbo Kid. You will love it. It is amazing.
Or Sharknado.
Yeah, sure.
So move on. Sorry, I interrupted you like an ignorant bastard.
So, I'll just edit that last bit out and we'll just... So, San Diego Comic-Con came and went last weekend, and it was another big fucking year.
It was a big year, yeah.
Considering last year was a bit of a damp squib, this year has pretty much... Everybody sort of brought their A game. Marvel kind of did their thing on the side. DC stole the show. And Pokemon Go made Hall H. Did you see this? Pokemon Go made Hall H. Hall H, you know, that massive, massive hall where all the big releases go. Pokemon Go made Hall H. Now, you know I'm playing this game. You know that I like walking around with the kids. I like showing them all the landmarks. My kids, not other people's kids. Showing them all the landmarks, catching the Pokemons and all that. But if it's gonna take Hall H in San Diego Comic-Con, it's time we stop playing this game. It's gone too far. I'm sorry, it's gone way too far.
Was it? I didn't see this because if I see anything to do with that, I just immediately skip over it. So was it people playing it in the hall?
They had like a panel for it, and apparently there was going to be like a big rare Pokemon turned up that people could catch, but that never happened. And yeah, it was only supposed to have like a small panel somewhere off in the corner somewhere, but obviously because it's such a massive fucking thing right now, it went to Hall H. People camp out to see all this shit and they get Pokemon Go. But apparently that's what everybody was talking about the whole weekend.
That's retarded.
Exactly. So yeah, DC. Let's just start with DC.
Yeah, let's go with DC. They nailed it. They nailed the shit out of it.
What did you see from DC that nailed the shit out of it for you?
Wonder Woman. I wasn't quite sure what to expect from the Wonder Woman trailer. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
You're a man.
Yeah. I mean, do I not look like one?
So what about this trailer?
It's amazing. The movie. I mean, I did say after Batman vs Superman that the thing that I was looking forward to most after seeing the movie was the Wonder Woman movie.
Yes.
And I have to say, after seeing Justice League, this is what I'm looking forward to most next year.
God, yes.
Now, bear in mind, there's a Spider-Man movie coming out next year.
Yeah, which is completely just blew my socks off when you said that.
I know.
It did.
I mean, to be fair, we've not seen a trailer yet for Spidey.
No,
but,
we haven't.
But it's like, okay, Spider-Man, you know, I love me some Spider-Man. The movie's going to be great, but this is officially the movie I'm looking forward to most for 2017.
Yeah, this is like, it just looks fucking phenomenal.
And I shared it on our Facebook page, and all I said was, gal the fuck, Gado.
Aye. Oh, I'm sold. I'm 100% sold on this movie.
Yep.
Cannot wait to see it. She looks awesome in this trailer again. It's going to be a whole movie about her. I love the fact that it doesn't look like it's going to be set now. It's going to be set back then.
So it's set in World War One.
So you're not.
You know, I love me a bit of World War One.
You're not going to get any Batman. You're not going to get any Aquaman. You're not going to get any Justice League. It's just going to be Wonder Woman and Chris Pine. Just Wonder Woman and Chris Pine and it all over the place. Mm-hmm. And you know I love me some Chris Pine.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, massive big man boner for the guy, and I cannot wait to see this movie. She looks awesome. I mean, look at her ride that horse, man. Oh, Jesus. You're completely right, though. Going forward, still a huge fan of Batman vs. Superman. Loved Batman vs. Superman. Can't wait to see Justice League after the trailer we saw. But Wonder Woman, it's going to be the one that kind of sets everything else apart.
Yeah.
It's just going to be great.
I think that's going to be a standout movie.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. But before that, we have Suicide Squad next month.
Yes, we do.
And did you see the Suicide Squad panel? They pulled out literally all of the stops.
What I did see today was they were doing like a movie event in Miami.
Right.
And Will Smith started singing Miami.
Yeah, you don't need that.
That's what I thought. I thought, am I being a pissy bastard here?
What, would Will Smith be? No, you're not.
With him singing it, I thought.
No, you're within your rights. You're well within your rights.
I kind of thought it wasn't like our old go fuck yourself. section, which we don't really do anymore,
we need
do we?
to bring that back.
I know.
Bring that back
It
next
wasn't
episode.
that bad. I wasn't that incensed about it, but I kind of thought, oh, you're making it all about you. You know, you've got the entire other cast. It's an ensemble movie. It's not starring not one and only Will Smith. It's an ensemble movie. You've got Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
I was going to say Kidder again, son of a bitch. You've got Margot Robbie in there, who's going to steal the show, so fuck yourself. You've got Jared Leto in there. That's right, isn't it?
Yep, Jared Leto.
I was going to say something else as well.
That's a joke,
Yeah, anyway, I'm struggling with that name as well. Who's also going to be a scene stealing some bitch. I know he was in Miami. Maybe they were shouting out for it. Probably not.
Yeah, you think they were asking for it? Come on.
And I just kind of thought, oh, mate, fuck you. You know, you're. It's not 1997 or whatever.
No.
You know, you're not the star of the movie anymore. It's an ensemble movie, so sit the fuck down and answer the guy's question without singing Miami.
Well, that was the thing back in the day when Tom Hardy was cast in the movie. He was originally going to be playing Rick Flag, and they said it was because The Revenant overshot and he had to go back and do reshoots for The Revenant. That was the official story. But there was one interview that Tom Hardy did that he said he went on set for the Suicide Squad, the early script reads and stuff, and it was all about Will Smith.
Well, the Will Smith show.
It was all Will Smith show.
I saw that I read that this afternoon. I refused to watch the clip of it, but I read that this afternoon and I thought, oh, you know what, fuck off.
Aye.
Fuck off.
On that, though, I'm still 100% in on this movie. We will be going to see it next Friday night, a week tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we will be going to see it. There will be a review on the podcast. It's going to be fucking the nuts.
I am looking. Don't get me wrong. I cannot wait to see the movie.
I'm calling it now. I'm going to call this now.
Oh.
And I really don't want to because I feel like I might end up being a bit of a tit on this one. But they showed another trailer at San Diego. It wasn't much more and much extra, but there was a couple bit more of Rick Flag and a little bit more Captain Boomerang. The two things I am most worried about in this movie is Jai McCourtney and Joel Kinnaman. They're the two things I am most worried about in this movie. I always have been, but the more I watch these trailers, I'm kind of vibing on Jai Courtney a little bit.
You know what? As soon as I think it was the second trailer came out where he was having a cheeky swig of the beer, I thought, that's okay, I'm sold there. That's fine.
And it was the other trailer. I know everybody said it was a bit hokey and it was a bit poo, but you know when the Diablo's doing the fire and he's kind of like, ooh, you're the fire guy, and everybody's gone, oh, why is he doing that? I'm sorry, I like it. It's Captain Boomerang. He's a stupid character in a stupid situation, and he knows it. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Just, he looks... I really can't wait to see that movie.
Well, was that the same trailer as, like, Will Smith was Mike Lowry? And
yeah, aye. He's a Mike Lowry.
That completely took the whole trailer away from me.
Aye, it did a little bit.
That is my worry for the movie. Is the Will Smith factor. Hopefully it won't be an issue once you're actually in the movie. I really hope it won't be. Yeah, that kind of got my goat a little bit this afternoon.
I can understand that. Singing Miami doesn't fill you full of happiness.
And apparently Margot Robbie looked, I was going to call her Kidder again, Margot Kidder, just go with it, looked really fucking awkward when he was doing it.
Aye. Well, she would do, because she's probably too young to know
she
that
maybe
song.
hadn't heard of it, but yeah. But then you just know he's going a bit set handing out his CDs to people.
Aye, like the old CDs.
Yeah.
Aye. Did you see the guest? They got a surprise visit on the panel. Will Smith got a surprise visit. There was a video.
I did see that.
How awesome is that?
That was cool.
Walking about the V Vendetta. So if you never saw it, Henry Cavill, because obviously he couldn't be on any of the panels because his character's dead.
He did.
Spoilers, but yeah, he did. So he walked around with a V for Vendetta mask on, got his picture taken with a lot of different cosplayers and stuff like that, and then he went to get his autograph with Will Smith, and Will Smith got taken by him, basically.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I love that people do that at the I don't know if it's just San Diego or if it's the other ones in Murica.
I think it's mostly San Diego.
Yeah,
but
they
all seem to be doing it.
Who was it who dressed up as Boba Fett? Was it Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe, aye.
But that's just pretty cool that, you know.
And John Barrowman turned up dressed as like a bunny from some sci-fi thing. Had bunny ears and a bunny tail and stuff like that.
Okay.
Apparently he won the weekend.
Fair enough.
I just thought it was cool when I saw that. I thought Henry Cavill turning up like that, because you know what you're going to do? You can't be on the panel, so what are you going to do? And we also got a Justice League trailer. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about Justice League?
Fine. I'm not really looking forward to any more than I already was from the trailer.
Yeah, because you already were looking for it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Just to clarify that for all the
of course.
haters.
I mean, I was already looking forward to the Justice League movie. I think Ben Affleck looks brilliant in it. There's a little bit of cheeky back and forward with him and Wonder Woman. The bit where she's saying,
more or less.
He said
no.
He said no. So again, a little bit sort of like a Joss Whedon-y kind of dialogue back and forward.
I do like the way that relationship looks. I like the way it looks. It looks like they're going to have some good chemistry going on, and there's going to be a bit of banter there. And like you say, very Joss Whedon.
Yes, and Whedon whore.
Yeah.
Khal Drogo looks amazing.
Yeah, does look a bit Roman Reigns-y, but we can let him off.
No.
Because Khal Drogo was going around before Roman Reigns, wasn't he?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Aye.
I think Roman Reigns would still be in NXT or some shit when season 1 of Game of Thrones came out.
Yeah.
We'll
just go with that.
5 years ago.
Unless somebody proves us wrong, we'll just go with it. What did you think of Ezra?
Okay.
Really?
And it's not because of the Grant Gustin thing.
Yeah.
At all. No. I think he'll be good because he's a cracking actor. That what kind of made me go, was when he said, I want to know why there's somebody in here sitting in my second favourite chair. And I thought, why are you making the Flash like fucking Sheldon Cooper?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see that. The thing that got me, because when I first watched the trailer, I was just sat there, I was jizzing all over the place, all over the walls. I can imagine. In the coffee cup, all over the TV, all over the cats, all over the newborn baby. I was just jizzing everywhere. Because the trailer is amazing.
Allegedly.
But then you get to that
People
scene.
can be locked up for that.
You do get to that scene, and it was another podcast that pointed out, I can't think who it was, who I was listening to at the time. I think it might have been Weird Science. And one of them basically turned around, I think it was Jim, basically turned around and says, it's almost word for word the Spider-Man scene in Civil War when Tony goes to see Spider-Man. Right. And it's not exactly word for word, but it's very similar. I can see what they're saying. So the second time I watched it, that's all I had in my head. I had Tom Holland being a cocky cock. But no,
I don't think Ezra Miller was being a cocky cock. I think they're trying to make him kooky.
Yeah, he's very kooky
and all that. And I've got nothing against that. Fucking hell, have you met me? I've got nothing against that at all. The bit where he goes into not slow motion, sorry, speeds up. Yeah. But the camera goes into slow motion while he's doing it, and he catches the Batarang, and he says, "Can I keep this?" and all that. That was cool. It looked, and the lighting and all that looked amazing. It looked brilliant. Yeah. It was just that making it. I need friends, and I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, that's all. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not discounting him or anything like that. Far from it. I just kind of the thing that jumped at my head first thing, as soon as you said that, was why are you making him Sheldon Cooper? Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. The one thing that I saw that really pissed me off about the Justice League trailer, and I said it was maybe going to get the rage. It's not going to give me the rage because people's always going to be like this. Batman vs Superman came out, and all the haters and all the people that didn't like the movie, it's too dark, it's too serious. There's no jokes. Where's the Avengers-y style? Why is it so dark and black and dim? Right. So I hadn't seen the trailer yet, and I saw somebody's comment on the new trailer from San Diego, basically asking where the seriousness from Batman vs Superman had gone. Saying that the trailer was too funny. This fucking, before I'd even watched the trailer, I'm sitting there going, just fucking shut up, I mean, Jesus Christ. Just people want to just fuck off. People want to just stir shit and...
They do. And I would like to think that was just somebody trying to get a rise out of me in particular. I would like to think that. It probably wasn't because I didn't know the guy and he didn't know me. But it was all like, why is it so funny? Why is the banter back and forth? And I'm sitting there when I watched the trailer, I'm like, there's not that much funny moments.
There's a couple of funny lines in it.
There's not much banter, and the funny lines are quite throwaway lines. You'd have to be British to get some of them because it's so dry.
But you know what? Cast your mind back to... I think it was WrestleMania weekend when we did our sort of defence of Batman vs Superman, and I made the point of if DC had built up their individual, their Superman movie, their Batman movie, their Wonder Woman movie, and then done an ensemble movie, people would have been saying, they're copying Marvel, you can't be doing that shit.
Well, of course they would have.
And if, when they did what they did their ensemble movie, they did the Superman movie, then they're kind of a mini ensemble movie, and then they're breaking out to do individual movies. Then Justice League, people are saying, why are you doing it that way for? That's not Marvel.
Why didn't you just copy Marvel? Because Marvel worked. And the thing with that is, though, I completely agree. Marvel did exactly the right thing with the standalone movies. But the reason that I always thought they'd done those standalone movies the way they did was because they didn't have that much faith in the Iron Man character until the movie came out. Mm-hmm. They didn't know that the Captain America character was going to work on screen until that movie came out.
Well, there was no mention of S.H.I.E.L.D. or a wider universe in the first Iron Man.
Not in the first Iron Man, no. But then it was like,
because Phil Coulson came in on the second one, didn't he?
I think he did. I'm sure he did.
No, he didn't. He came in on the first one.
The first one.
Yeah, sorry, bygones.
Well, for me,
tweets away, people.
For me, they had to do that because they needed to know that people had the faith in the characters and people liked the characters enough to be making, a massive ensemble movie that's going to cost fucking $1 trillion and get Joss Whedon up in there, and they had to do that. Whereas I think Justice League, I think DC, they could quite easily have just turned around and said, right, we're not even going to make Man of Steel. We're just going to give you Justice League right now, and here we go, because you know who Batman is, you know who Superman is.
That's the thing. I
don't need an origin. Or
an orange, say it properly.
Or an orange.
But you know what? That's the thing. We're going to go away from this because we've spoken about it before, but they're not making a Marvel movie. They're not doing a fucking pain for pain comic book fucking remake.
No.
They're making their own, they're building their own cinematic universe, they're doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. So just leave the internet, people. Fuck off. Not all of you, obviously. Just the shit ones.
Some of you have to stay to listen to us.
So rant over.
Moving on from DC, over to Marvel.
Yeah.
There wasn't a massive deal of Marvel stuff going on, but we did get some Marvel stuff. And one of those things was a trailer for... Would you like to introduce it?
Surely. So, the trailer that we got was Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
She said.
You think you know how the world works? What if I told you the reality you know is one of many?
This doesn't make any sense.
Not everything does. Not everything has to.
So, Benedict? Well, Tilda?
Can't go wrong.
Chitwell?
Sure, why not?
Mads Mikkelsen?
Absolutely.
It's a fucking good cast. Mm-hmm. And the movie looks all sorts of Nolan trippy balls.
It looks mental.
It's very Inception-y.
It's I think it was it Chris H. You said I was speaking to you about this?
Yeah.
On the Facebooks, and I kind of said I ain't going into this movie sober.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. No,
I don't.
Not that it's bad. Not that it's not the same as like your Sharknadoes and stuff. Or your fucking biodomes. We're not saying that. I think it looks good. I think it looks trippy as a sumbitch, though.
Oh, yeah. I had to watch this trailer 2 or 3 times because I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I won't lie to you. I knew nothing about this movie. I know nothing about Doctor Strange. And I've been keeping it that way because I want to go in as just a complete virgin to the whole Doctor Strange thing. I've got faith that Marvel's doing the right thing. I always will have faith in Marvel.
We always say, when Marvel takes a risk, it works out.
It always works out.
So, but the trailer does look really, really trippy.
It looks mental. It's mental, for fuck's sake.
But Benedict looks awesome.
He does look the balls. But it is Benedict, though.
Yeah.
So, he was always going to be good. It's just like, how good is he going to be in a Marvel movie? And I guess we're seeing some of that now. And I can't wait to see the movie.
Sure, yeah, I'll be going to see that in the cinema.
I wouldn't say it's my number one pick for next year, but it's definitely in there. And
November. It's November.
Is it November next year?
This year.
This year? Oh, it's this year?
Yep.
Shit. I thought it was next year.
No.
Oh, even better then. Even better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be good. I'm sure it'll be good. Why not?
You hope.
It'll be fine. Benedict's in it.
And did you see the Sherlock trailer?
I did.
I didn't watch it. Obviously, like, that's not Marvel, but we're on Benedict right now, so let's just talk about Sherlock.
It looks good.
It
You don't get a great deal from the trailer. I think it's a minute and a half long or something like that. It looks good as always. Toby Jones seems to be the main villain in it.
Ah, we thought Moriarty. Is he not?
Well,
is he not coming back?
He's in the trailer. But
is he in the trailer? Awesome.
Not showing up in anything other than what we've already seen. The Did You Miss Me thing.
Aye.
That's all we've seen.
And does he go, hello?
Fine.
Looks good.
Well,
did you see that Tom Hiddleston is supposedly...
Is he, though?
He's on the fringe. I don't know if he's coming into this series, but there's a lot of Tom Hiddleston talk about being in Sherlock.
Sherlock got two brothers?
Does it need to be his brother?
I read a headline. I just thought it was like a spoof.
No, I just read that supposedly it was on the cards, and I like the sound of it.
Right.
Tom Hiddleston, I'm up for that.
Sure, yeah. I thought it was a spoof.
He could go toe-to-toe Benedict. We also had a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 panel in which they showed a trailer. However, it's not being released because apparently James Gunn is not entirely happy with some of the effects that are shown in the trailer.
Right.
So whereas just about everything else got shown afterwards, apart from Guardians and Spider-Man, they haven't shown this trailer yet because Gunn wants to finish some special effects. Totally agree. If the man's not happy with it,
he's the director. Do what he says.
Don't release it until you're happy, buddy. Just do what you're doing. The Black Panther panel, they revealed that Michonne has now been cast. Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Oh, right.
Going into the Black Panther. I don't want to say her name because I'm going to fuck it up, but it's like Danae Guari? Michonne. We'll just say Michonne. But the other one was the big one that we already knew, and that is that Brie Larson is going to be playing Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I'm fine with that.
I mean, let's put it right on Front Street. There were some things announced that they didn't need to announce because we already knew. For instance, they announced that Ben Affleck is definitely going to be directing Batman. We knew that.
That wasn't news.
They announced that Brie Larson is definitely going to be Captain Marvel. We knew that. You know, some of these things that they did announce was just like, come on, man, just yawa. Give over.
Yawa.
But one of the things that I did see was the Spider-Man Homecoming. Have you seen anything about, like, people have been putting out the descriptions of the trailer?
No, I haven't. I did read today sort of what their vision for the future movies is going to be.
Yeah, they want it.
It's kind of going to be like a movie for each of the years that he's in high school.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a bit...
Well, they shouldn't have described it as Hogwarts.
They shouldn't have described it as Hogwarts, and they shouldn't have said Spider-Man is going to be Harry Potter. Like, as soon as they said that, I was like, okay, well, I'm out. So, as much as I like me some Harry Potter, I don't need to be seeing Spider-Man messing about like Harry Potter.
No, I mean, the point they were trying to make was they're going to be making a movie for each year that he's in high school.
Right.
That's the point that they were making. They could have just fucking said that. They didn't have to put Hogwarts in there. They could have just said that.
Yeah.
But we're splitting hairs. I mean, it'll be fine.
Hopefully.
Be fine, man. Be fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, basically, the trailer, I'm not going to go through the description because the trailer will drop soon, and I've no idea when, but it will drop soon. But it's literally basically day in the life of Spider-Man at school sort of thing.
Okay.
It goes through his normal school day, like he's in study hall, he's in gym class, he's doing web design, which I'm assuming is a pun. You like that one, did you? And so basically that's all it is. It's just a quick little rundown of his average school day. In the panel video, I watched this video earlier, and Tom Holland's reaction, I would like to say he's not just acting, and I would like to say that it is a genuine reaction, but apparently it was the first time he saw the trailer that they showed, and he went fucking bananas. And as soon as I saw his reaction, I was like, I'm sold. Like, I don't need to see this trailer. If that's his reaction on his first time seeing it, I'm sold. Like, he just went nuts.
But because Andrew Garfield had a similar sort of attitude to the role, he fucking had the time of his life playing Spider-Man. Do you not think there's something special about playing Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah, you'd love it. It would be awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, good on the lad.
Aye, I did want to mention something.
Oh,
and it's only a tiny little thing. I was they also revealed the cast and crew list for Spider-Man Homecoming. It's just a little thing, but Amy Pascal is a credited producer on the movie.
Oh dear.
Now, it's just a little thing because we know that Marvel's doing the creative side of things. But do you really want Amy Pascal's name anywhere near that?
Not really.
And why is Marvel letting that fly?
kind of know one of the showrunners is like a cocaine dealer.
Yep,
Allegedly.
Exactly. She's the executive producer, and she was sending out random fucking emails. I mean, let's be honest. She kicked off the whole female Ghostbusters thing, the Men in Black crossed with 22 Jump Street thing. She's a mental. and allegedly. And she's a producer, a credited producer on the new Spider-Man movie.
But
it's only a small thing.
Stan Lee, surely.
Oh, Stan Lee's name's
Stan Lee's all over Avengers.
It's all up in there.
He's not got anything to do with that. They're not on the phone to Stan Lee saying, what should we do here?
But she's on the emails, and we know she is, thanks to those crazy Koreans sending all the emails out to everyone.
Kevin Feige will have her number.
I fucking hope so. And,
It'll be fine. It'll be fine, man.
Did you see that Jeff Johns has been promoted to head of DC Entertainment?
I did.
So there you go.
Yeah, good on him.
That's another string to his bow. Of course, that means he'll be doing less with the comics, I'm assuming. But I think they need a Kevin Feige type over there. But
they do.
And that's nothing but good things. Hopefully, he's just going to build a nice little team of awesome directors around him. Keep Zack Snyder in there, please. Just to give everybody someone to hate.
Here's something that I don't know if this is true or not, or if you read it as well. Are they only now making one Justice League movie?
It's in
rather, because I'm sure I was watching an Angry Joe review about something. Might have been a response to one of it was the Justice League trailer, actually. I was watching his response to the Justice League trailer, and he said that it's not in 2 parts anymore, it's in 1 part.
I'm sure it's still 2 parts, but I think it's like 2 standalone movies sort of thing.
Right.
Like, it's still the Justice League, but it's like they're going to try and do it as 2 standalones.
Right, so it's not like part 1 and part 2 anymore.
You saw the logo at the end of the trailer. It only says Justice League. It doesn't say part 1 or anything like that. So maybe that is true. Maybe that's the way they're going.
I mean, normally he's right about that kind of stuff because he's a massive DC head. So
aye.
Yeah, because he was pissed that at the end of the trailer, he was pissed that there was no sign of Superman, but obviously he's dead.
They're not going to show that.
But he was saying, well, you're not going to see Superman until maybe like the last 10 minutes of the movie or something like that.
Right, yeah, no, I get that, because they'll have to bring him back for the second one. Well, of course they are. They're going to have to.
Yeah, I know, it's annoying though.
So that's pretty much...
that's the movies.
That's DC and Marvel covered on the movies, so let's just jump over to the TV, and then after the TV we've got some non-superhero movies to talk about as well. But for now, we'll just do a little bit of TV.
Yeah, I'll fall behind here because I'll tell you for why. I didn't watch any of the Netflix trailers or anything like that, or the Arrow or anything.
You didn't miss much.
Because I made the stupid-ass mistake of watching the Walking Dead trailer, and that put me in a bad mood.
Okay, well, I think that's maybe where we'll just start then. We'll just start the Walking Dead trailer, and what upset you?
It did nothing for me, for a start. It showed some zombies and all that kind of thing, or walkers. I just thought,
Well, first of all, it starts off with the eeny, meeny, miny, mo again. It shows us this again, because they need to try and build up some anticipation. And I spoke about this on the last episode. They're going to have to be clever about this.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be.
If they just go straight into that scene, you can't build that tension up in the first couple of minutes before you put the opening credits on. I just don't fucking care. I need that first episode back to be Negan's side of that day and show us the build up on that side, and then give us... But then they're not going to waste an episode on recapping up until that scene.
No, they're not. They're going
to
go straight into it. They're going to go straight into where they picked off or left off. And I mean, fine. That's a way to do it. It's not a good way. It's not a bad way. It's a way to do it. Fine. I mean, just honestly, I at the moment after that trailer, I don't care.
And it's not just the CGI tiger.
It was majorly the CGI tiger.
It was
pretty, and you know what? They had a guy sat on a fucking throne.
Well, it's Ezekiel. It's King Ezekiel.
I don't care. A guy sat on a fucking throne with a ridiculously bad CGI tiger, and I thought, is this where they're going? Is this where this next season is going now, is it?
Well, we know they're going to go to the kingdom. They go to the kingdom.
I'm not up for that. I'm not up for it at all.
That's where Ezekiel is. Ezekiel has a huge tiger. It has been a topic of conversation whether they were going to do it, because the tiger is supposedly massive. So it's been a conversation, and it looks like they're doing it. However, they're going the cheap way, and they're CGI. I mean, it's probably not cheap, but they're going to CGI it, and it's not going to look great.
Well, it didn't look great in the trailer. You would have thought they would have picked the best looking bit for the trailer.
Yeah, I completely agree. The CGI kind of put me out of it a little bit. I was kind of hoping they were just going to find a 10-foot tiger and just do that.
It's not really safe, that, is it?
Not really. That's probably why they're not doing it. But we did get a lot of flashes of Negan doing some business. We got some Jesus doing some actual fighting. Gregory's back, obviously, because he's now a mainstay in the show. And we got what I thought, but then when I thought about it again, I could be thinking the wrong way about this, but it looked like a Dwight flashback to when Daryl had blown up all those bikers. It looks like we're going to see that, which is why I do think that first episode could possibly be a Negan's catching up side of the whole thing. Because in the trailer, you've got is it Dwight that catches Daryl at the end, and he's picking up the motorbike, and there's a load of dead bodies around him, and I was kind of like, aha, so we might get that. Probably not. Maybe I'm just hoping. I just don't want them to punk us out and just go straight into that scene and batter somebody's head in. And then me just sit there and go, right, okay, I'm done.
You know what? It's just a trailer. I know it's just a trailer.
If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it.
I know.
You do know that, don't you?
I do know that, kid. Thank you.
It is just a TV show.
Thank you for explaining that to me. I know it's just a trailer, but that fucking CGI tiger put me right off.
The whole reason we did the Talking Heads last year was because we thought, we'll get on after the episode and we will piss and moan and bitch and moan about this series, and we pretty much loved everything until that last 5 minutes.
That's true.
And it wasn't even the last 5 minutes, it was like the last 10 seconds, just when they faded to black and we all just kind of went, ugh.
Yeah. I know. And again, it's just a trailer. I know it's just a trailer. There's no way I'm not going to watch some of it, but I'm not feeling great about it.
You might end up calling it a day. That's fine.
Might well do.
Let's talk about some trailers that did get people excited.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the trailers that did get people excited were basically the Netflix ones. So I'm going to start with this one.
Take my advice, brother. You should be out there helping people, like them other fellas downtown.
Reba used to say the same thing.
Yeah, well, she was right.
Oh, fuck you can't even sing. Yeah, just sing something gets person. Oh, baby, I like it, boy. Yeah, baby, I like it, boy. Oh, baby, I like it, boy.
Is that not the song Enzo sang?
Oh, I really don't know. Probably not with Fuck You Baby in it.
So we got a Luke Cage trailer.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
It's looking okay. It's looking like a hell of a lot more fun than Daredevil is, as it says right there in the blurb. But I never actually finished Jessica Jones, so I need to finish that first. But this looks like it could be alright, and he was probably the wankest character in Jessica Jones.
He was okay, I just kind of... He was all invincible and stuff, so I was like, really?
It does look very much like he's still very invincible.
They like the hallway fights, don't they?
They love a hallway fight. They absolutely love a hallway fight.
Nothing wrong with a hallway fight.
They also gave us an Iron Fist trailer, and it was literally him...
Say it properly.
Iron Fist.
An Iron Fist.
They gave us an Iron Fist. That looks like Duke Nukem. They gave us an Iron...
That actually does.
They gave us an Iron Fist trailer, which is literally just Finn Jones?
Don't know.
From Game of Thrones. It's literally him coming out of like a prison or something like that, and then he kind of like looks at the screen and it says something about Danny Rand and then cuts off. It's not much of a trailer. We also got a Defenders trailer, which is literally just showing you all the different Defenders names.
So is that Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and stuff and things?
It's nothing.
Okay.
Everybody was going nuts about these trailers, and when I finally sat down and watched them, I was like, "You are mental! Like, there's nothing. There's nothing here. There's nothing. It's those are newspaper clippings with people's names on, and then it turns into. It's just like, what are you screaming about? What are you raving about? But I mean, it's San Diego Comic-Con, so I suppose you've got to be there to get it.
Yeah, sure.
Aye. I mean, I wasn't overly fussed with those trailers, to be completely honest. But there was some good stuff in there. Luke Cage looks like I'll actually give that a chance. Like I say, Defenders trailer was a bit meh.
Of course I'll give them a go.
They're barely even trailers. We need a little bit more. So come on, Netflix, get your finger out.
Do we really need trailers for TV shows? Really?
Well, there was a fucking shit ton of them. Because we got a Star Trek trailer. It's being called Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
It's coming out in January, so not got long to wait for that
one. On
one.
Netflix, I believe.
On Netflix. It's no CBS.
Oh, it was on Netflix.
No.
Well, we don't get CBS here, so maybe
It'll
Netflix
probably be
UK.
on Netflix. Aye. They literally, it is just the new Enterprise or the Discovery coming out of a bay, like a docking station. It's basically, remember Star Trek 1 when you got the 1.5 hour glory shot because Shatner and all that just fucking blew their loads all over like the Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically that, just like 40 seconds.
Didn't they do that in Star Trek 2 as well?
I think they did.
And then Star Trek 3.
If you're going to do it once, you might as well do it twice.
Probably the same shots.
So we got that as well. There was a new Green Arrow trailer. I can't say I was overly fussed with that one.
I haven't seen that either.
I wasn't that fussed with the end of Green Arrow anyway. But
I don't remember actually ever watching a trailer for a new season of Arrow or Flash because I'm going to watch it anyway.
I tend not to, but I was going to watch the Flash one because everybody was like, oh, Barry's changed things, and then I remembered how much I hated the end of Flash. We got a Legion trailer, which is the X-Men TV show spin-off. That looked okay. Didn't look bad. Didn't look great, but didn't look bad. TV shows with X-Men, fuck that shit. We've got a Legends Tomorrow Season 2 trailer. Again, I tapped out on that about 3 or 4 episodes.
I made it about half an hour into the first episode.
Yeah, I've got Gotham Season 3 trailer. You know I'm going to watch Gotham. I love Gotham still. It's just awesome.
I can't believe that's still going.
I can. It just gets better and better
What a
as it
pish.
goes. I did read a rumour, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently they're recasting Batman maybe after Season 3 because they want to make him a little bit older so they can get...
wasn't that on Hobby?
I think it was, But I read that on, I think it was like Den of Geek or something as well.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with what those guys said. Fuck that.
No, I quite like the idea.
No.
Skip ahead a few
Next.
years. We got a Walking Dead Season 2.
Next.
Fear the Walking Dead, anyway. Yeah, the Flashpoint's coming. An Exorcist trailer. Didn't look too bad.
Ugh.
But do we need an Exorcist TV
No, we
show?
don't. Next.
And that was pretty much, American Gods.
No, I've heard of this. I've not watched the trailer for it, though.
I think this looks fucking brilliant. This looks really good. Based on a Neil Gaiman novel. So it's going to be a bit fucked up. British guys. Ricky Whittle's in it. He used to be in Hollyoaks. Remember Hollyoaks?
I've heard of Hollyoaks.
He used to be in that. Which, when I saw his face on the first still of the trailer, I saw his face and I was like, okay, I'm not watching that.
Who was he in Hollyoaks?
He was just like the brother of the girl who's now in Game of Thrones.
That doesn't help me at all.
Right, you know.
Move on.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, I saw his face and I was like, Ricky Whittle? Really? I think he was in Strictly Come Dancing as well.
Jesus wept.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I ain't watching that. And then I watched the trailer. My God, this fucking show looks badass as fuck. You have also got Ian McShane up in there.
Sold.
There you go. You got a bit of Crispin Glover. You got Peter Stormare. There's so many people in there.
Crispin Glover?
Crispin Glover.
Fuck.
Exactly. I'm telling you. I even sent him a little tweet on the old Twitter.
Crispin Glover?
No, Ricky Whittle saying nice to see that the Brits are still taking over America, and didn't get a retweet.
Ignorant.
Got one off Corey Feldman though.
You got a retweet from Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
Did you tell me that already?
No, I didn't tell you that already. I was keeping that to myself because it wasn't one I'm proud of.
I'd be proud of that. It's Corey Feldman.
I was proud because it's Corey Feldman, but it's about his music career and
Corey Feldman has a music career.
Yeah, he's releasing an album and stuff. He's done a song with Snoop Dogg, and it's full legit. It's not amazing, but it's full legit.
Damn.
There was also a couple of movie trailers that came out, and I, for one, am so fucking excited that we are getting a Blair Witch movie. I am so fucking excited about this.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, man, you know I loved me, The Blair Witch. The Blair Witch was one of those films that took me just to another place when I first watched it, because you have to remember the internet was still a baby back then, and the whole thing about that was like it was a found footage movie, and the few websites you could get on with your / -/ AOL, ORG, you know, when you had to fucking type everything in, and it was like about 100 characters just for a web address. When you type that in, it made it look like they'd literally found this footage and these kids were dead.
It was the first major sort of internet campaign, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it in a long time, though.
I was super happy when I saw this trailer. I could not believe they did it. And they'd been keeping it secret for so long, because apparently it was called The Woods. And then at San Diego, they released the trailer, and it's got
Is it like
Witch.
10 Cloverfield Lane, where it
No,
was a movie and they've just plastered that on?
No, it's a legitimate Blair Witch film.
Right.
It's
That's
got the
fair
stick
play,
figures everywhere, so it'd be awesome.
Right, okay. So is it a direct sequel to the first movie?
As far as I can tell, it's a sequel, but it's many years later kind of thing. Trailer doesn't give too much away, but it's definitely a sequel, and it just, I can't wait to watch it.
Okay.
Even if it's crap, I'm still going to love it, because that's just me. Guy Ritchie has made a full Cockney version of King Arthur.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I've seen the trailer for it. It looks god-awful.
I saw who was in this movie. You know, you got Charlie Hunnam in there. I like a bit of Charlie Hunnam. You got Jude Law up in there. I like a bit of Jude Law. And I'm sitting there thinking, that's not a bad little cast. I want to watch this. And then I watched that trailer and I went, what the fuck has he done?
My friend, had the same response.
It is mental. I'm going to pull this sword out of this stone and stick it in you, you slag. It was god-awful.
I just kind of want to say to him, like, would you stop fucking about and just make Sherlock 3 already?
Yeah. Yeah, completely. I'm not necessarily up for a Sherlock 3, but he needs to just make something else. Cause
I understand that it is happening.
This is mental.
But I'm not watching that. I ain't watching that shit.
There's some good, there's some action scenes that look reasonably good, but then around it, you've got Cockneys being Cockneys in a fucking King Arthur movie. Like, I'll let Ray Winston get away with it back in that King Arthur movie with Clive Owen a few years back.
Is that the one that had Keira Knightley in it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
I let Ray Winston off because it's Ray Winston. But these guys are in a Guy Ritchie movie acting like they're in a Guy Ritchie movie. Get your fingers out of my suit. Come on, man.
You mugging me off in front of my pals.
Honestly, I don't know what to make of this. It might end up being good.
I'll watch it for free.
I will watch it. I will watch it because it's King Arthur. I like Charlie Hunnam. I just wished that he'd stayed on to do Pacific Rim 2 because apparently he's completely out of that now. He's not returning.
You know what? I didn't like that movie. It wasn't because of Charlie Hunnam.
No,
I just didn't like the movie.
So I skipped the Fantastic Beasts trailer.
Yeah, I've not watched that.
And I skipped the Snowden trailer, but apparently that did really well, and everybody was going nuts about it. The one about
you know what? I am actually intrigued to watch that. And I'll tell you for why. One of the episodes of those conspiracy guys that I was watching was about Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, and I hadn't listened to that one before, and it's some really interesting shit.
Yeah.
So I will give that a watch. It's Robin that's in it, isn't it?
Yes, Robin. Yes, it is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah. Well done. The Lego Batman trailer I completely skipped because I'd already seen it. I saw the last one. I don't need to see another one. It's Lego. It's Batman. I mean,
I liked Batman in the Lego movie when he was a complete asshole. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. Fine.
And other than that, there wasn't really much else that grabbed me from Comic-Con.
There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff came out of it, and all good.
But did you see anything? Have you seen anything else recently that has piqued your interest before we move on to reviews?
I've seen a couple of things. Now, one of them you put on the Facebooks, I think it was this morning, regarding me blowing my load.
Oh, yes, with Joss.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, Joss Whedon has said that he would be up for writing for Doctor Who if it was either a female Doctor or Idris Elba.
Why has it always got to be Idris Elba? Why has it always got to be a female or Idris Elba?
He's a fucking talented man.
He is. He's a talented motherfucker. I love Idris Elba.
I would be up for Idris Elba playing the Doctor.
But right now, it's like, right, we're going to do a reboot, or we're going to do a remake, or we're going to change the character. Now, they're either going to be girls or Idris Elba. Yeah. And it's like, why does it always have to be Idris Elba or a girl?
You know, I like me a bit of Luther. That was really the first thing that I properly noticed him in. I'd seen Thor before that, but I hadn't. I mean, I never watched The Wire.
You barely know it's him in Thor.
I'd never watched The Wire before. I might watch it now that I know that he's in it.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's a damn talented man.
Yeah,
he really is.
I get it. I do get it. It's just, why does he have to be the go-to if we're going to do something? Like, I want Idris Elba.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine Joss Whedon?
I mean, I don't
writing Doctor Who.
I don't watch Doctor Who. You gave me those episodes for the last episode to watch. I enjoyed them. Joss Whedon, probably the kind of person that could pull me in to watch it more often, more frequently, because I like a bit of Joss Whedon. So
I had a little thought to myself, like, who could you see as a female Doctor? Any thoughts?
The female Doctor?
I had a thought in my head.
I know who you're going to say straight away.
Go on then.
That bird who done the...
That's no use. Olivia Colman.
Yes.
Yeah.
The voice in Locke.
Yes.
Aye. No, that's who I thought you would say. Because has she not already been in it, though?
She was in it.
Aye.
But then Karen Gillan was
Because
already in it.
everybody went nuts about it.
Angelina Freeman was already in it.
Right.
Peter Capaldi was already in it.
Right.
Give a fuck about that.
Billy Piper?
Fuck her.
Female doctor?
No, fuck her.
Never that.
No, Olivia Colman. Go.
No.
Make it happen. I always thought that Jennifer Saunders would have made a good female doctor. But she's maybe a little bit too old now.
So, Olivia Colman or Idris Elba?
Yes.
We're remaking Batman and we want Olivia Colman or Idris Elba.
Sure, why not?
Aye.
So yeah, well, fucking hell, Joss Whedon. Bless him. I've got a little bit of a cheeky rant. The Americans are apparently remaking Peep Show for the third time.
Did they get this? Did they get Peep Show humour?
It's a very, very strange type of humour, Peep Show. If anybody doesn't know what Peep Show is, it's a, would you call it, it's a dark comedy, isn't it?
It's pretty dark.
I mean, there are jokes about fucking rape in there,
Yeah,
and
it can get very dark.
And it's a dark comedy where it's told from sort of like first person's perspective, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the different characters, all have first person's perspective.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, it's been remade before, and it had John Leonard.
All right.
I may have said his name wrong. I don't know. This was way back though.
Yeah.
But they've tried it again, and it didn't work, and they're trying it a third time.
And they're just going to keep trying.
Apparently.
Till they get it right.
Apparently.
Yeah. Let them try. Let them try.
Shite.
That's a top 5 waiting to happen.
Bad remakes.
No, like remakes that actually worked. However, we could probably only get 3 between us.
Well, if we get someone else on.
Yeah.
Oh, between us.
Aye.
Yeah, we'd struggle with that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Aye. Another one, the TV show that I've been watching lately that I told you about, Turn, like I told you about in the last episode.
Washington Spies.
Yeah.
Thing with Jamie Bell.
Yeah. It's been given a 4th and final season.
Ooh.
So it's going to wrap, it's obviously based during the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Or the ungrateful colonials. Just sort of pissing contest.
I wonder if it's ever been called that before.
Or just the cheeky colonials. Anyway, bygones.
I'm sure it has been.
Offend too many people. They can get touchy about that kind of thing. So it's been given a 4th season, and I gather that the 4th season is going to kind of wrap up and end with the Americans winning the revolution.
Did they win it, like?
Well, kind of let them win.
Right, that's okay.
It was a moral victory for us.
Is it not always a moral victory for us?
Of course it fucking is. Yeah, of course it is. So last bit, because we've already talked, or we haven't talked about that yet, bygones. We are going to be getting the famous Psycho shower scene in Bates Motel Season 5.
Oh, is this with fucking Riri?
It is.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Bates Motel?
I haven't been, but no.
I love that show. I can't get enough of that show. It's maybe time they called it a day after Season 5, though.
Is that not where they're going to end it? They'll have to end it there.
Well, they will have to end it there because it brings it up to the movie there.
Yeah, if you're getting the shower scene.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps that's going to be the very end of the season. But Rihanna's going to be playing Janet Leigh, who played Marion
Crane.
Yes, in the movie. Hitchcock fan, you think I'd know that. Yeah, not Rihanna though.
But it's like
someone keeps on thinking that she can act.
But if they get, come on, it's not that bad. I mean, Lady Gaga's been in American Horror Story.
She was good in that.
Oh God! But how does that work though? Because at that point, when you get the shower scene, is Norman Bates' mom not dead by then in the movie?
Well, spoilers. Okay, you've been warned. At the end of Season 4, she was killed.
Oh,
so she died.
She did. I don't need to watch that then.
But apparently, she's still going to be in Season 5 as a ghost, I guess, or something like that.
Oh, he pretending to be
because he kind of, when he goes like mental and stuff, he sort of becomes her. What they've been doing is when he has like an episode where he's going to kill someone or whatever, he turns into like a sort of like an extreme version of her type thing, and so the camera either shows like a reflection of her, that kind of shenanigans.
Aye.
So she will still be in it.
Okay,
but yeah. Not Rihanna, never that. So the last bit is before we started recording, we watched the trailer for the new M. Night Shyamalan.
Aye.
Split.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
Looks alright.
It does, doesn't it?
We've been here before though.
Yeah, we have.
We have been here before. We have seen trailers that looked good and then turned out to be crap. Mostly M. Night Shyamalan trailers. Trailers that blatantly lie to you, which is an M. Night Shyamalan trope. But this actually looked alright.
Well, surely, from what we got in the trailer, it can't be lying. Well, I mean, he's famous for his... he's famous for his twists. Ah, bless. I tried to watch The Visit. I fell asleep during it. apparently that was kind of like he's come back a little bit.
Which one was The Visit? I ain't seen it.
It's like two kids go
to
visit their grandparents, and then events happen.
They all die.
I don't know what that was. Sorry. It was all... Nah, I'm not even going to say it was okay. It wasn't. It might be alright. It's got James McAvoy in it. Might be okay.
I thought he looked alright.
Looked alright. Looked a bit creepy and shit.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch. I'll not go to the cinema, but I'll give it a watch.
No.
But yeah, it could be his return. James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He's not...
I did kind of think, really, you're doing that?
McAvoy's not known for doing crap.
Yeah.
So...
Even X-Men.
Let's give him a chance. Because I do like a bit of James McAvoy. So
that's about all what I had.
We also watched the Ben Affleck trailer, and that looked pretty badass.
Yes, we did.
The accountant.
Yes, we did. The accountant.
That looked okay. And the Matt Damon trailer for The Great Wall, which I will be honest with you, I'm still working through my feelings on that trailer. It looks like he's done like an oldie worldy fucking dragon movie.
It does, doesn't it? It just came out this afternoon, like literally hours before we started recording. So it's set on the Great Wall of China, like way back in sort of Lord of the Rings times. And
Lord of the Rings times.
Yeah, I don't really know why there'd be an American there though.
Because it's Matt Damon.
I don't really think. Do we really still need to be doing that?
What, the whitewashing?
No, not no. Well, yeah, but no. You know how all the stuff like setting sort of Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings type worlds, everybody has to be speaking English. Mm-hmm. Well, not speaking English, but like an English accent. Do we need to do that anymore?
No, I'm perfectly happy going to watch a movie with subtitles.
I mean, well, there's a difference between sort of Matt Damon and bloody well Nick Cage doing it, you know.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
It didn't work. The Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
It did not work.
I can't attest that because I haven't seen it.
Do not.
So,
anyway.
Are we just going to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
That's been your news. We're going to move on to some quickie reviews because we have got some things that we saw. And we have a couple of cheeky little guest reviewers coming on for the next section. But first, I would just like to play a promo from some dudes that I absolutely love. And I like playing this promo because they talk about us.
And it's nice and relaxed.
Hey guys, this is Nick from the Epic Film Guys podcast, and you are listening to the 365 Flicks podcast. Not only your source for great movie news, outside of our own podcast, of course, but also your source for everything from The Walking Dead. And all of this comes from a pissy ex-video store clerk and a Scottish Whedon whore. Your vocal heroes of pissy opinion. It is, again, the 365 Flicks podcast. Please jump over to iTunes and give them a rating and follow them on Twitter at 365 Flicks Pod. And now here's a little taste of what the Epic Film Guys podcast is all about.
Even when the composer wasn't that great, they were like no-namers, but they come up with these iconic themes, which
even films
you
that
get
are
in your
complete,
head.
even films that are complete shitfests, like
garbage.
Stallone's Judge Dredd. Dun 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 dun. Like that theme is so iconic, it sticks right in your head.
Don't call that movie shit. We both know that's your favorite movie of all time. All right,
it definitely is one of them. I will readily admit to that.
A little bit. Let's put a little more lighthearted feel in this.
What are you doing down there, Judge Hershey?
Waiting for backup. Hey, Diane Lane.
Here.
Diane Lane, man.
You do love that.
I do.
Dun, dun.
I have to do it. Dun, 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 dun.
So this is the quickie review section. We've got a couple of reviews to throw for you. What are you talking about today?
What?
What are we talking about today? What we're going to review?
We have got a little movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows to review.
Which I know we are late in doing this.
We are. We took our time. We never got around to seeing it in the cinema. You know, one of the sort of big multi-screen.
Well, let's just explain to the good people who are listening. You know, the millions that we do live in a small bumfuck town in Britain, and we have like a small bumfuck mentality, and we have a cinema that gets the movies. Bless them, they're getting them quicker. They are getting them quicker. But they get them a little bit later, and we weren't really that fussed about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, although Stephen Amell's in it. My kids are on holiday, so I decided that I would take my 8-year-old to go and see it. And I said to Chris, do you fancy coming to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And he said, what, there? And I said, yes. And then we walked down there, and there was cars everywhere, and it turned out we lived in the village.
What the fuck are you going on about?
M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, we went down to the Maltons, which, bless them, it's a fantastic little cinema, little theatre. It's where we went to see the Damp Night guys, who we had on a couple of episodes ago. They are awesome, and the cinema's getting better. It is getting better. Of course it is.
I mean, it was for anybody who is in the local area. You know, which thank you for listening. You know, it's a good cinema. I mean, it's not like IMAX or anything like that, but you know, it's a good cinema. It has a good sound system, has a good quality screen. So you know, I mean, and it doesn't cost as much as going up to the Odeon or whatever at Edinburgh or Newcastle.
It was cheap as chips.
So you know, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
I liked it, and I enjoyed the movie. And like I say, we took my daughter and.
So yeah, we're going to be reviewing that later on. I've got a couple of movies to talk about. What I have been watching. So yeah, on the first one was on your recommendation from the last episode.
Yes,
I watched The Finest Hours.
Oh, I had a man boner during that movie.
I loved the fuck out of that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I think we talked about it on the last episode, didn't we?
Our top 5 was real life movies.
Oh yes.
And you mentioned and spoke
because
about
of that one,
The Finest Hours, and because of your recommendation, I gave it a cheeky watch.
Because I never steer you wrong, ever.
Shit.
And this is me kind of talking to the listeners out there. If you are going to pick up any movies that we recommend, I would generally tend to go on my side because my movies are usually better. Turbo Kid.
Certainly fucking not. Sharknado.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a debate waiting to happen? You know, like the Iron
Turbo
Man?
Kid versus Sharknado?
Yeah.
No.
I was getting excited there.
I'm not doing another debate with you because you cheated.
I didn't cheat. I just went all Denny Crane on you.
You did. Yep. Yeah, you were Denny Crane. I was more like, I don't know, Ally McBeal. So I enjoyed...
She is good in that, though.
She is good in that. Aye. I enjoyed The Finest Hours. It was a cracking movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Pine in it.
They're all good in it.
They are all good in it.
Like
Casey
I told you,
Affleck
though,
was amazing in
Casey Affleck is unbelievable in that movie. And what did you think of the guy from True Blood Season 1? He was quite good.
Sure.
Going up against Casey all the time. I liked him. He was good.
Yeah, so it was a good movie. It was a cracking movie.
Yeah, awesome. What else?
The next one was not. London Has Fallen.
Oh, what's your beef for London Has Fallen?
Oh, it was crap.
It's not as good as Olympus Has Fallen, but it's still...
There was no need for that movie to be made. What a load of fucking pants.
Okay, there wasn't any need for it, but it was still a good movie.
There was no need for it. The story was shit. The CGI was fucking... Sci-Fi Channel would have had better CGI in it than this shit.
That's not true.
It is true.
I've seen Sharknado.
It's damn true. I didn't mention fucking Sharknado.
It's not damn true.
It's damn true.
I liked it.
Well, you're wrong. It was crap. It was crap. Don't do a third. Don't do a third. Don't say like Munich Has Fallen or whatever the fuck.
Oh, that's what I said to Lindsay. They should do Germany Has Fallen because like the Berlin Wall, like Berlin Has Fallen. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you know that was like in the 1980s, right?
Yeah, but it still works.
Ooh, timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey. There you go. Put David Tennant in
Got
there.
a little bit too excited there. Bygones.
My only beef with that movie, and I said it to you when you watched it, was the fact that the British SAS guy was flabbergasted at how good Gerard Butler was. The British SAS. You know, we taught those people how to fight.
I had a similar conversation with Rick from Another Damn Wrestling Show this afternoon. He was on about G.I. Joe, and I said to him, so what is that, some kind of like SAS knockoff? He didn't answer. So
Ultimate Force, Rick, Ultimate Force.
Mm-hmm.
Super Army Soldiers.
So yeah, don't watch London Has Fallen. You know, it's out on Blu-ray now, I think. Don't.
Well, I think you should.
So another one that I've watched.
Yes.
Which was slightly better, was Central Intelligence.
Loved it.
I am not a Kevin Hart fan, as you know.
No.
And after this movie, I'm still not really.
No. It doesn't do anything to sway you.
I didn't need to be.
Because The Rock's there?
Because The Rock's there. Just being The Rock.
Aye.
Oh, that guy is so fucking cool.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There's a reason he's the highest paid actor in the world right now. There's a reason for it. And it's because he's fucking so damn charismatic. He does action so well, and he does comedy even better.
There was a scene towards the end of the movie where where Jesse Pinkman comes out,
Yeah.
and he goes, he does, The Rock does like a movie quote from, I can't remember what movie it is, and he says, would you shut the fuck up about that movie? And also was it Sweet 16?
Yeah.
'Cause that was
16 Candles.
That's the one,
Aye.
Bygones. And The Rock goes, how dare you? I was cracking up at that bit, man. That was awesome.
Because he's amazing.
But that is The Rock. He can take a movie that I would have switched off after about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he just elevates the fuck out of the movie.
He keeps you going. He keeps you going. He
Good on the
always
man.
does.
Good on the
He
man.
always does. And long may he continue.
Definitely. And I was going to speak about 10 Cloverfield Lane for a bit, but if you want to hear guys speaking about it properly, check out this week's episode of Hobie, History of Bad Ideas. They speak about it better.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to speak about that tonight.
The sequel, that's not even a sequel.
It's not a sequel.
It's not even in the same universe.
And sorry guys, but I agree with Blake that it was just shit.
Yeah.
Not the movie itself. It was tacked on.
It's because you brand it as 10 Cloverfield Lane. You're expecting a Cloverfield sort of, sequel, and you didn't get that. You got something else that they thought, you know what, we can just stick Cloverfield in there and people will come and watch it. And that's all it was. It was two completely different movies. It was pants. John Goodman is fantastic in it.
They're all fantastic.
But then when you get to that point, when you realise that they've literally just put this name on this movie, it's like, come on.
Yep.
And they ruin it for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes. I know what you're saying.
It's not even that long. I think it's only about 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is, fair enough, but I didn't need it.
I know what you're saying.
But, those guys spoke about it better than that. So check out that episode. I've got a confession to make.
Okay.
Yeah, I accidentally watched a musical this week.
Was it High School Musical?
No.
Rock of Ages?
No.
Don't tell me. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers?
No. What the fuck is that?
Grease?
No.
I don't know. Just tell me.
It was Dreamgirls. Yeah, I didn't know it was a musical. I thought it was going to be about, it's set in the 50s and 60s and stuff. I thought it was going to be like Selma, like a race sort of issue movie type thing, because it had the race riots and the fucking advert and stuff, and I thought it's going to be about that. I thought it'll have singing in it, but yeah, it was a full-on musical. But yeah,
You fucking loved it, didn't you?
I watched it all the way through.
You fucking loved it. You sat there going, "Oh man, Jennifer Hudson's good, but Beyonce, she won an Oscar for that. Not Beyonce, Jennifer Hudson." Wait a minute.
What?
No.
What?
Matt said on another damn wrestling show a couple of episodes back about Dreamgirls, and I might be wrong here, I might be paraphrasing. I'm sure he mentioned it was a musical.
Did he?
So you didn't watch it by accident, you lying bastard.
No, it was on Sky Movies.
I think it's time for the final deletion.
Was that your Matt Hardy impression? That was terrible.
It wasn't bad.
It was bad.
Brother Nero.
That was all right. Better than Matt Hardy. Yeah, it was okay.
No.
The bit where she's singing, where Beyonce's singing "Listen" was really good.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You and your fucking Beyonce.
I know. So yeah.
So move on, because that's just totally put me at a standstill now.
So have you been watching any TV shows?
TV shows? Not really. We caught up on Suits. Because you spoke about it last time and gave us the spoilers.
Yep.
But it turns out you didn't give me as much of a spoiler as you thought you did, because we put episode 1 of season 5 on, and it turns out we'd seen it. So we went to episode 2. Turns out we saw that too. So we went to episode 6. Turns out we'd seen that far. It turns out we saw up to episode 10, which is when he got arrested.
Oh well.
So we'd already seen that. So we only had 5 to watch.
Oh well. That's
and
all right.
it was a good series. Looking forward to starting the second series.
I think I'm about...
Not the second series, the 6th series.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I think I'm about 2 episodes in.
I can't believe how thick I am. And I was going to text you this, but I knew fine well you were going to slap the absolute ever-loving shit out of me.
Uh-huh.
Because the woman who is prosecuting Mike on the other side, I didn't actually realise who that was until the very last episode. And there was a scene where she said something, and I was sat there like, huh. And she was Jack Bauer's wife in season 1 of 24.
Oh.
She was Terry Bauer.
I didn't realise that, so you're all right.
And it took... Well, I wish I'd had a text, because I would have felt much better. But I was sat there, and then 6 episodes later, I'm like, ah! And I told Lindsay, and Lindsay just kind of looked at me as if to say, and? It was more like one of those sassy kind of, and what? Sassy pants. But yeah, Terry Bauer. I couldn't believe it.
I did not know that.
So yeah, I watched Suits. I started watching because a couple of episodes back on the Jock and Nerd, Rug Boy had a bit of slackhole flu. So he was a bit ill and he started watching a TV show called Killjoys. So I watched the first couple of episodes.
I've heard of it.
It's very Firefly. Doesn't quite have the budget or the dialogue or anything close to what Firefly is.
Or the writers or the characters.
Or the writers.
Yeah.
But it's very much that sort of thing. Like it's set in like the quad it's called, and they're all kind of bounty hunters, and it's quite good. I can see myself carrying on with it, but I started it in 2 episodes and I stopped it. Started watching Raw. And I watched Raw and SmackDown, and Raw was good, SmackDown was pants.
So you still more of a Raw man?
Right now, yes. Because let's be honest, although I was speaking to another Damn Wrestling Show guys on the Facebook, SmackDown does have a strong roster, but once you get 5 deep, it's not that strong.
That's actually what I thought, because they came out at the start and said, right, okay, these 5 guys are going to be in the main event tonight.
Aye.
For the 6th place,
Yeah.
we're going to have a battle royal. And it was like, who the fuck are these guys?
Exactly. And Apollo Crews. Okay.
Just put Corbin Dallas in there.
He was already in it.
Of course he was.
But
Of
yeah,
course he was, sorry.
You look at Raw and they have an extremely strong roster.
Yeah.
And you look at SmackDown and, yeah, it's not great. But, they might do some trades and stuff like that. So
Pleased for Dolph Ziggler to be in the main event of
Yep,
SummerSlam.
yeah.
I think he's earned it.
But it just means Dean Ambrose definitely retaining.
He does. He does, yeah. And apparently Brigger is challenging for the 365 Flicks title at SummerSlam.
Oh. So does that mean we have to do it all legit and I have to challenge you and he makes his predictions but they're in a sealed envelope until the end of the night, and then once we see who wins out of us 2, he cashes in and then we find out if he's won?
You can do it that way if you want.
Or is that just really...
That's a bit of a fuss and nonsense, really.
Yeah, I'll just let him challenge you.
Why don't we just say to him, right, you send your predictions, I've got my predictions, and whoever gets the most
the easy
right
way
is the... Yeah.
But I like the way that they can cash it in at any time, so once I've taken it back off you, he then takes it off me, then the next time I win it, I'm the 3-time.
But then you'd have to challenge. You could have challenged tonight, but you didn't. Lazy.
I've got time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So that was WWE. Now, have you heard of a show called Stranger Things?
Everybody's talking about this
Everybody
show.
is talking about
I
it.
haven't started watching it because...
Now, are you going to be an awkward prick like you were with Daredevil?
No, trust me, because I've read about it. I've read a couple of synopsises about it. I've read some reviews of it, and it sounds exactly up my street. It sounds completely like something I want to watch, but everybody's going on about it right now, and I'm going to wait for it to die off, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to binge it. Because everybody's just fucking, have you been watching Stranger Things? Have you watched Stranger Things? And it's like, give us a minute. Plus, I've got an 11-day-old baby. So
that's very true. Yeah.
But it is definitely something, because by the sounds of it, it's right up my alley.
It is fucking brilliant.
So I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. And you know what? Not very often you get to say this these days, but Winona Ryder is really fucking good in it. Yeah.
I read somewhere that the kid actors are like some of the best kid actors around.
They
right
are
now.
very good.
So
they are very good.
That,
yeah. The first episode, it's basically the premise of the show is it opens with friends playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Awesome.
And they go home, and one of them sort of disappears.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, come on, you can't leave me hanging.
So the Winona... I'm not going to give you spoilers. Winona Ryder is the mother of the boy who disappears.
Right.
And she's kind of... strange things starts happening.
Ooh.
I know. That was camp. I know. Stuff starts happening, and she starts getting like phone calls, and she hears her son's voice and all that kind of thing. So she's convinced that he's still alive, and she's, he's trying to make contact with her and stuff. And so it's like the stories of the boys trying to find him, the stories of her convinced that he's still alive, and she's trying to make contact, and no one believes her. And it's great. It's fucking great.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Everybody's going on about it. You obviously clearly like it. I know fine well I'm going to like it because from what I'm reading, it just sounds like my kind of thing.
It's only 8 episodes long as well.
I'll get it watched, and we might chance a cheeky little mini episode where
Why the devil not?
we'll just delve into Stranger Things and see how we get on.
Yep.
Aye.
Yep.
Sound good? I've got 2 more things that we're going to talk about,
and
that is, obviously, we're going to do a cheeky review of the TMNT2. See the way I did that? And we want to talk about The Killing Joke a little bit, or at least I definitely want to talk about The Killing Joke. But first, we have a couple of roving reporters who want to talk about some films that they've been watching.
Do your thing.
So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. So this is an extra special little section of the 365 Flicks podcast.
And that is The Secret Life of Pets.
Yes, I am here with my 2 daughters. My middle child, Scarlet, who is 5, and my eldest...
Ruby, the biggest child.
And my eldest, Ruby, who is 8. And we are going to talk about a couple of movies that we have watched recently. Scarlet, what would you like to talk about? What movie did you watch recently that you want to talk about?
Secret Life of Pets.
Secret Life of Pets, which is the new animation movie by the people that made... What did they make? Can you remember? Minions, because it's got minions in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, I said that.
Or was that a mini story before the movie?
Yeah.
That was a mini story. That was pretty funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You liked that when they were cutting the grass and they were doing jobs?
Yeah, and we've watched the Minion movies before.
Yeah, we have watched the Minion movies before. But
now let's go on to the podcast.
Let's get on to the podcast. So, you've been dying to do this for a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yep. So, Secret Life of Pets. What did you think? Did you like it?
I liked it so much.
You
Even when the dog put its head in the toilet, I fell into the toilet.
He fell in the toilet, did he? Was that your favourite bit?
He just dug his head in and then he fell into the toilet. Funny dog.
Funny dog. So what was it about then?
Max goes missing.
Max goes missing because all the adults leave. It's a bit like Toy Story, isn't it?
All of the mums and dads will leave their pet, and the next door neighbour went into the house.
The next door neighbour goes in the house.
Yes, and play with the ball.
And play with the ball. So is that all you remember from The Secret Life of Pets?
So the girl gets a new dog.
And Max isn't happy, is he? Max doesn't like the new dog, does he?
Yeah, and he slept in Max's bed.
And Max wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, and he sat on him, and then he went up, and then Max got up, and he went onto the blanket on there, and then it was morning again, and he got out of the window and played with his new dog, and he met new friends, and then he opened something up, and then he got lost in that garden and he couldn't find his way home.
Couldn't find his way home.
And then the other dog, who was his next door neighbour, tried to find him.
Yeah.
And with his friend.
So they all went looking for him.
Yes.
And all tried to save him.
Yes. And a little rabbit.
A little rabbit.
And that dog got taken by the dog fan. There was a rabbit. That rabbit was the carrot, and he bited the carrot and made a key.
He made a key with the carrot?
Yeah, and then he unlocked the other one, and then the dog said, "We killed their mom."
Mm-hmm.
And then the rabbit just let them out.
Just let them out, and they ran away.
Yeah, and that's all. Scarlet.
That's all you can remember.
Yeah.
Well, Scarlet, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Would you let other boys and girls watch this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Ruby, maybe you should just be doing the interview. I think Ruby should be asking you the questions. So, would you... I'll just steal your question. Would you let other boys and girls watch this movie? Is it a good film?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like this more than Despicable Me?
I like both.
You like both. Did you like this more than Minions?
I like those both.
Did you like this more than Star Wars?
A little bit.
A little bit more than Star Wars. That's not very good for me. So is that all you have to say?
Yeah.
If you had to give it a score between 1 and 5, I won't go 10. 1 and 5, what would you give it?
5.
5? That's a good score.
Maybe 10.
Maybe 10.
50, 100.
50, 100.
Yes.
Okay.
If the people liked it, they can watch this film, and if they've watched Despicable Me, and the next film was this one, and they like Despicable Me, and this is the same one who made Despicable Me, and they would watch this,
and they would like it,
and they would like it, and they would love both of it.
Well done. I like that.
Yeah, like The Secret Life of Pets. Try it and see if you like it.
Excellent. I like that. Well done. Thank you very much for coming on the show. And we'll get you on again another time soon. So, Ruby, last night, you and me and your Uncle Chris, who is also on the podcast with your dad, that you know, we went to the cinema in Berwick, okay?
To watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Now, this movie's been out for a little while, but we finally got around to watching it.
Yes.
Me and your Uncle Chris will be doing a bit of a bigger review on the episode. But I wanted you to come on and tell me what you thought of the movie.
Well, I think it is very good.
Is it as good as the first one? Because you liked the first one, didn't you?
Yeah, but they didn't really do much in this one than they did in the first one.
What do you mean?
Because in this one, all they really done was chase around a guy called Shredder, and they got like purple goo in a bottle, and if they put it on your hand, you could turn yourself into a different animal.
That's awesome. No, they put it on the humans and it turned them into animals, but when they put it in the turtles, it turned them human, didn't it?
Yeah, but they didn't put it on themselves.
No, they didn't.
Liked themselves the way they did.
Yeah, but that was a big hero moment for Raph at the end.
Yeah.
When he smashed the bottle, it was awesome, wasn't it? So what did you think of the turtles this time round? Did you think they got them right? Because me and your Uncle Chris, we used to watch it when we were little nippers, about your age, and we said in the first one that they nailed the turtles. They got them all spot on perfect, as in they were all how they should be. Did you think they got them right?
Yeah, because I like Mikey, the one who likes pizza, and I like all the names.
Mikey and Donnie and Raffy and...
I even know their long names.
Go on then.
I don't know Mikey's. Donatello, Leonardo,
yep.
Raphael.
Well done. I mean, that's not a hard one to get, those ones. And Mikey's full name is Michelangelo.
Ah, that's the one.
Yeah. What did you think of your boy Stephen Amell? Because you like the Arrow movie, the Arrow TV show. You watched that with me a little bit, didn't you? And you like Stephen Amell. And that was Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
And did you like him?
I liked how he played hockey every moment.
Yeah, he plays a lot more hockey in the original movies, which is a shame. But did you think he did a good job?
Yeah, I think he done a good job.
Do you think Mr. Amell is going to be making more big movies like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good-looking man, isn't he?
And if I could, I would want to make a new Ninja Turtle movie with my daddy.
With me? I wouldn't get a part in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Yes, you would.
I could try.
It'd be younger ones. It would be a girl version.
I could play Splinter, couldn't I? I could play the rat.
Yeah. If you wanted.
Oh, thank you very much.
But it'd be a girl version.
Why am I playing a girl?
No, I mean you would be a boy rat, and then all the turtles would be girls.
I'm all right with that.
And then April would be a boy.
Speaking of April, did you like April in this movie?
Yeah.
April was good, wasn't she?
Mhm.
She was better in this one than the last one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But what was your favourite part of this movie?
Eating popcorn.
Eating the popcorn. You did eat a whole bag of popcorn by yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you drank a whole bottle of juice by yourself as well.
But that's not the only. That's not the real one.
Go on then.
I liked when they were in their truck, and I like when Mikey swung around the big hand.
The big nunchucks.
Yeah, and then he broke one.
He did, didn't he? Because they went under a bridge.
And it was the first time they'd ever used it.
That was pretty funny. And he kind of just sat there and he was like, "My bad." Did you like the big bit with the plane when they had to fight? Oh, what did you think of Bebop and Rocksteady? The rhinoceros and the...
Well, I thought they were kind of funny.
They were funny, weren't they?
Because they were in the prison. They were in the prison truck with Shredder, and they kept. And then they broke out with Shredder, and they went to their favourite bar and bought some cell phones.
Yep, cell phones.
Cell phones.
Are you catering to the Americans on this podcast?
And then they went away, and then Casey Jones came, and he got a tracker to track them down. Mm-hmm. And then him, April, and all the Ninja Turtles worked together to try and help them. And at the end, they finally made a big portal, and loads of stuff came out. And when the spaceship was complete, it was toxic to humans. But the turtles were the only people who could go near it to turn it off. And they'd done it, and then it all went back into the portal.
Spoilers, mind. What did you think of Krang? Krang was the brain thing. Ugh. He was creepy, wasn't he?
He was freaky. He gave me nightmares last night.
He didn't give you nightmares. You never told me that.
Well, he did, though. He was slimy.
He was.
Slimy. And he got stuck inside a robot thing.
Yeah. But that's a thing from the cartoons from back in the day. I didn't know that was going to be in there, and I was like, whoa, awesome, Krang, and the Technodrome, woo! I loved all that. So, what would you have given this movie between 1 and 5?
I would give it 100.
100?
And 50.
Oh, come on, you've got to be a bit more realistic than this. You're worse than those Rotten Tomatoes people.
No, I'm not.
Between 1 and 5, what would you give it?
5.5.
5.5. Okay, I'll let you have 5.5. Did you like this movie better than... Did you like this movie more than the Cinderella live action?
Why would I like that movie? Of course I do like it.
Because I'm trying to think of movies you've seen. Did you like it more than Star Wars?
Never watched Star Wars.
You've seen a couple of Star Wars. Don't
Alright,
give
I'll
me
just
that.
say this. I like Harry Potter the same as this new Ninja Turtle movie.
Oh, Uncle Chris won't be happy with that.
How?
Because he loves Harry Potter.
Well, I love Harry Potter. I love it the same as
Oh,
Ninja Turtle.
Harry Potter and Beyonce. That's what he loves. Is there anything you want to say to the listeners before you go?
I just want to say I hope you like this podcast.
It's a podcast.
And sorry if I spoiled the movie for you. If
Darling.
you're going to watch it tonight.
This movie's been out for a couple of months now, so don't worry about that.
And I actually thought it was pretty good.
So did I. But you know why? Because I love Michael Bay.
Daddy, Dad, I might be able to go through so I can watch Angry Birds.
Okay.
I
So,
want to watch
so we're going to watch Angry Birds and then you'll come on again. Okay.
Well, I really want to make another podcast. And I think I already know what it might be about. But it's something that's already out.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I was hoping... I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I was hoping Parent Trap, because I really
Parent
like
Trap.
that film.
Would you like to tell the listeners that they need to rate, review, and subscribe to the 365 Flicks podcast?
Yes.
Go on then.
R-A-T-E.
No, don't spell it out. Just say it.
All right. Rate, review, and subscribe to the 365 Flicks podcast channel. And we want to hear back from you.
Yeah, we do. Of course we do. We need to think of a catchphrase for you. Have you got a catchphrase?
What do you mean by catchphrase?
Just something you can say like "be there" or "be square" or
Take away square.
"take away square." Okay. Scarlet says "take away square."
All right. And I want you to also comment, my daddy, and say what other films we could do a podcast about.
Yeah, we could get people to suggest movies for you two to watch.
Yes.
And then you could come on.
And then we'd come on and do a little podcast about it.
Like when we watch Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Oh, what about Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters, definitely.
Haven't watched it.
So, would you just like to say goodbye to the people?
Goodbye!
Say goodbye.
Goodbye! And a goodbye from Baby Cora. Are you baby sister? Goodbye for Baby Cora!
Couple of future podcasters there, my friend.
Jesus, man, Jesus.
They did a good job.
Yeah, they didn't do bad.
Better than
They didn't
us.
do bad. But way better than us. A little bit more critical than us. I love the fact that Ruby was kind of like, well, it's as good as the first one, but they didn't quite do as much. Straight away, she's just in there. Oh man, that was blast.
That was good. That was good.
I love doing that. It's nice to actually have the girls do something. Ruby's been dying to do something
I know.
for so long.
And I love her idea. So, yeah, everybody, if you like that little cheeky segment and you would like Ruby and Scarlet to watch a movie, be gentle now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Steady on.
Yeah.
You fucks.
No porn.
You sick bastards. If you would like Ruby and Scarlet to watch a cheeky kids movie, come on the podcast again and do a little cheeky review. I've said cheeky quite a lot there.
Yeah.
A little review and let you guys know what they thought about it. Then get in touch. Let us know at 365FlixPod or 365Flix Podcast on the Facebooks.
But we will keep it shorter going forward. Because that's like a full 10 minutes.
It's fine. It's fine. They had a good time doing it. Leave them alone.
No, like I'm like Jim on Weird Science. I don't like people hogging my limelight.
I see.
I'll be keeping them to a minimum.
Right.
And but yeah, throw some movies out there, and I'll get them. And if it is Friday the 13th, I'll get them to watch it. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear, don't do that. You know what? Actually, I tell you what, that was another one that I watched for the first time.
What?
Friday the 13th.
Really?
I'd never seen that before. I'd no.
Really?
No.
Ah.
I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street before.
Right.
You know, and like Halloween and all that back in the day when I was not a kid, but yeah, I never got round to watching.
That's
Friday
mental.
the 13th.
You are mental.
And they're all on Sky Movies, so I gave the first one a watch, and
Well, if that's what you thought of the first one, don't go any further.
yeah, I didn't really miss much.
No, you didn't.
I prefer Halloween. I like Halloween.
But yeah, that was
Anyway.
that was the girls talking about Secret Life of Pets, which gets 50, 100 on the 1 to 5 scale, and TMNT2, which from Ruby got, what was it, 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah, because why? You know, there's no point putting a scale in front of them. You know, like they are worse than Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, we wanted to talk about. We're going to go on and talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a moment. However, we both recently watched the Killing Joke animation.
We did. We watched it this week.
Yes.
So, you've read the comic, right?
I've read the comic a long time ago.
No,
but
I've
read it.
I actually read it recently, like in the last sort of 2 weeks.
Right. To
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I knew it was coming out, so I wanted to.
Well, that's why I had to ask
first.
you the question about the first 20 minutes of the movie. I had to ask that because
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that being in the book. I couldn't remember it being in the comics, and you said it wasn't.
It's not.
The whole Barbara Gordon thing.
It's not.
I mean, what the fuck?
Spoilers ahead for this next little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spoilers all over.
Because it's just come out. It's been out for a couple of days on the digital release.
Yeah.
And I think it's out next week on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So spoilers ahead. If you don't want it ruined for you, I mean, if you've not read the graphic novel and you don't know what's coming up, then skip this little bit. The movie starts off with a little sort of half-hour segment.
Ridiculous.
Tacked onto the front of it. Now, I can see why they did this. Because the graphic novel picks up with Batman on his way to Arkham Asylum to meet with the Joker.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in the graphic novel, the Joker has broken out. He's got a plan where he wants to make a point where he's going to break Jim Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
So to do that, he shoots Barbara in the stomach. And that scene was great in the movie.
Yeah.
It was pretty much pain for pain.
It was good. They did it really, really well. I would completely agree with that.
So I think what they were doing there was they were catering for people who hadn't read the graphic novel before.
Right.
I mean, they're out there.
Oh, there's people out there.
You know,
of course there is.
People who maybe had watched the Batman animated series,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's a big Batman story that's coming out in the cinemas and on Blu-ray. It's a big deal.
It's done well. It's done
maybe
well in the cinema.
Maybe they're not familiar with Barbara Gordon or whatever. I mean, but to be honest with you, the first time I read the story, I wasn't familiar with Barbara Gordon.
No,
not really. I was aware of her.
You don't really need that introduction either.
But I still, at the moment where the Joker shot her in the stomach, I was still Jesus. You know?
It's pretty grim.
So I didn't need that on there. It's a sort of 30-minute segment where you're I don't know, what is it? It's like sort of Barbara Gordon's story of how she was Batwoman or Batgirl, whatever you want to call it. Batgirl, and then how she came to give up being Batgirl.
Yeah. Basically because she kind of fell in love with Batman. And
as Angry Joe says, #Batsex. I said another hashtag, Kev. Slippery slope.
They had #Batsex. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, as soon as this thing started, and Barbara Gordon's doing the monologue, and it's showing you the Barbara Gordon doing Barbara Gordon things, straight away I was pulled right out of it. Yeah. Completely pulled out of it. Yeah,
same here. I didn't need it.
Because I'm not one of these people who needs it to be pain for pain, panel to screen. I don't need that.
No.
You take a bit of creative license, but you don't completely shoehorn something in that was never there and doesn't need to be there.
There were moments that I wanted to see pain for pain, like that scene where Barbara Gordon is shot, where the Joker is at the door with the Hawaiian shirt on, and
one of the most
hat
iconic
and the glasses,
panels
and his,
ever.
And in the graphic novel, there's a scene that, like the panels are. She opens the door. It's him. It's her. It's the gun, and then it's like bang. Which is fucking awesome, man.
And they did it well in the movie.
They did great justice to it in the movie, so fair play to that. Fair play to that.
And
but
even the little bit when he gets a bit rapey with that, I mean, that's...
yeah, I know, right?
That was always kind of insinuated, but I don't think... Did they ever turn on and say that it definitely...
Oh, do you mean the Joker?
Raped her? Was that ever, like...
I thought you meant the mob boss.
Oh, that was a bit rapey
who gives her basically bloody hypnol.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What... Really? But that always tagged on the front. I mean, fine, whatever.
It just didn't need to be there.
It didn't need to be there. I was excited to watch a kill and joke movie, and then instead it opens up with this.
Yeah. This was my big problem. I think if they hadn't have done that, or even if they just kept it to an absolute fucking minimum instead of giving me 25 to 30 minutes of this shit... Just keep it to a minimum. Give me 5 minutes. If you want to introduce Barbara Gordon, introduce Barbara Gordon. Don't show them fucking... I don't need to see #Batsex, as you say. I didn't need that. It adds a total different level to the whole story that it just didn't need to be there.
But then I was texting you as I was watching it. I didn't really find myself identifying more with Barbara Gordon. I just kind of thought, oh, Joker, shoot her already. Shut up.
I found myself kind of identifying with nobody in this. Like, I didn't find
but
one...
that's what they were doing. That's why they tagged it on, because they wanted the audience to identify with Barbara Gordon, so that when the Joker shot her, it's more of a shock.
Fair dues.
Do your thing. That's whatever. Just bloody well fine.
It's done now.
I didn't need it in there. But let's just ignore that. Let's talk about the movie itself. So, from the moment that we're ignoring the start of the movie, the first 30 whatever minutes, we'll talk from the moment that Batman is on his way to Arkham to the end of the movie. So, ignoring the front of it, what did you think?
It is pretty good. It's not amazing. It's certainly not amazing. I was expecting more from like Mark Hamill. To be fair, I didn't feel as you got Mark Hamill in there. He's the most iconic Joker voice for me. He's not my Joker. I know everybody says that when they lump him in with like Jack Nick and Heath Ledger and possibly Jared Leto, people lump Mark Hamill in that and say he's their Joker because of the animated series. Okay. And he's good, he's excellent, he's fantastic in the Arkham Knight games. But I didn't really find myself at any real point in this movie thinking Mark Hamill is Mark Hamill all over this shit. Like, it just didn't really hit me. There didn't seem to be much there for me. I kind of wrote Batman off because of the stuff at the start of the movie. It just fucking annoyed me, and I felt like I just didn't really care about Batman and his anger towards the Joker because of what he did to Barbara. It just didn't fucking bother me. The only thing that saves this whole thing for me is the portrayal of Jim Gordon. I thought they did really well with him. Like, the breakdown of Jim Gordon.
See, I would disagree.
Really?
I mean, it was fine. There's so much more shit that gets done to him in the graphic novel than that wasn't.
Yeah. I realise that, but if you're going to shoehorn an extra 30 minutes in, you've got to cut some shit that actually happened.
Well, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck cutting the actual story out. If you're making it R-rated, then put... You know,
that was the other thing.
He's stripped fucking naked and he's bloody dragged by a chain and all that kind of thing. And he's humiliated and he's broken down and, then he sees the photos of Barbara and then he just cracks completely. There's more to it in the graphic novel. Not a great deal more. I'm not talking about like Harry Potter levels of shit being cut out.
Yeah.
It wasn't that at all.
You're never going to let that go, are you?
No, shush. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. It was fine. I mean, would I watch it again? No, I wouldn't watch it again.
No. I wouldn't even recommend anybody actually
I would recommend people watch it.
I don't know, like, it was built up to be this important DC animated movie. We've got the Joker back. We've got the Joker back. Mm-hmm. We've got the Batman back. They had Tara Strong voicing Batgirl, so we've got her in there. We are doing The Killing Joke. It's R-rated. Don't really know why it needed to be R-rated.
Well, Rehypnol. They said, like, I read a thing a few days before it came out saying that it earned its R rating.
Did it?
Rehypnol. That's why. They put that on. You know what? On I think what stand-up was it? One of the stand-up comedians, maybe Gervais. Go with Gervais. He said at the very start of his one of his stand-up DVDs, he said, right, I want this to have an 18 certificate because it'll sell more, so here goes, cunt, so that we get an 18 certificate.
Right.
They put that in there, all that stuff with Barbara Gordon, with the Rehypnol and all that kind of thing. That's why it was given an 18 certificate, or R-rated.
At no point was I sitting there thinking this needs to be R-rated.
No.
Like, at no point, because it's not that bad. There's not much in it.
They did that because it's one of the most famous graphic novels ever.
Yeah.
And they wanted it to have an R rating, but the content that was there once it was actually animated and all that, maybe they looked at it and thought this isn't going to get an R rating.
No, so they said Rehypnol.
Yeah, that was like a thing on the board. Just like
I don't want to go too far into that. It was okay. It wasn't brilliant. If you want to watch it, if you're intrigued, just go and watch it. It got an absolute panning at San Diego Comic Con.
Did it really?
They really didn't like it. They were calling Brian Azzarello, the guy that adapted it for the screen, they were calling him worse than shite. He literally didn't make anything any better on the panel because he was calling people pussies, saying that they were big, huge pussies. One of the arguments was that they were saying that the movie's very sexist because of what they did to Barbara, as in her having sex with Batman. I didn't get that argument. Maybe I'm just, I'm not old school enough to get that.
Did the guy's mum never explain Birds and the Bees to him, maybe?
Maybe not.
That's kind of what happens.
But Azzarello...
Stupid prick.
Azzarello took a lot of grief for it. And I don't think
that's a little harsh. I mean...
I don't think it's all deserved. I just think if you're going to throw something in at the start of the movie, I don't know, just make it make sense. Don't just throw shit in there so that I'm supposed to feel somebody for somebody I'm not going to feel for.
For fuck's sake, the first line, or the first little monologue of the movie is Barbara Gordon saying, this isn't what you expected.
Yeah, that really, straight away I was like, oh, fuck off.
No, love, it's fucking not. Where's Batman on his way to fucking Arkham? Fuck you.
You're sitting there going, But yeah, so...
and the bit where she was hitting him on the chest was before they had #BatSex.
Yeah.
Where she was hitting him on the chest, and then it was like, I just thought, oh, shut up.
Yeah, they were hitting like every cliche trope they could possibly get in there.
Yeah.
But yeah...
you know what? I would recommend people to watch it. I enjoyed it. It was fine. Put it this way, I had it pre-ordered on Blu-ray, and I've since cancelled it.
So
that was a killing joke.
One comic book adaptation to animation, we're going to go from one animation cartoon to live action.
Ooh, nice segue.
Segs all day.
Fuck you,
#Segs. #Segways.
I've said 2 hashtags tonight, that's enough.
We're going to move on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. We went to see it last night.
Out of Shadows.
Out of the Shadows, yes. Yeah, she said that as well. What did you think?
Similar to Killing Joke, it was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was fine. It was okay.
You know what, man? I loved it.
You know, I've always said the first Turtles movie was one of the most surprising movies of was it 2014?
2014
for me, because I was expecting it to be another sort of Michael Bay
shit show related
childhood raping fucking movie,
wow.
And it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
You're really trying to get that 18 rating, aren't you?
Yeah. No. So yeah, the first Turtle movie did surprise me because I didn't hate it. Mostly as you said to Ruby on that little bit. Because they nailed the characters of the Turtles, yeah. So that was all good. For this one, same thing again. Especially, I have to say, Michelangelo.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelangelo was always my favourite. I liked Leo because I like a samurai sword.
I'm glad with Leo they took Johnny Knoxville out.
Yeah,
that was you know what it is. I didn't know they'd done that, but it made so much sense. And the guy who did him, I don't know who did him now. I didn't even look it up. Just way better voice for Leo. Just way better.
Well, you know what can't be doing with Johnny Knoxville. So
I don't mind Johnny Knoxville. It just makes no sense having Leo be Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it would be Mikey. But even that wouldn't make much sense either.
But yeah, again, for me, they absolutely nailed the Turtles characters. They looked great. The CGI or animation or whatever you want to call it was fucking superb. You know, the scene in the police station where they've got the guns pointed at them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And kind of zoomed in on Mikey's face and he had tears in his eyes and all that. That was just fucking superb. So the Turtles looked great.
Yep.
They sounded great. They were the Turtles.
Yep.
Spot on. No problems there.
No, I totally agree.
Bebop and Rocksteady, same thing.
Love them. Absolutely love them.
Seamus, I'm not quite sure what the actor who played Bebop was.
No, right, yeah.
But Seamus, yeah, good job.
Seamus was great.
Good job.
I honestly couldn't actually believe how good Seamus was. Like, I know he's only Seamus for like a certain amount of time, and then he becomes Rocksteady. But I was just sitting there thinking, perfect, perfect. And the guy who plays Bebop again, the two of them, when they were like, my man, just.
But yeah, I mean,
chemistry
from the just what I noticed, what was really really apparent to me was the tone of the movie from the first one was much more lighthearted and cartoony.
Yeah, everybody was a bit more hamming it up. Baxter Stockman, Tyler Perry, who I can't stand in anything.
Yeah, he had the best laugh ever.
Yes! Had the best laugh ever. He was funny as shit. I was sitting there like, I'm in. Baxter Stockman's, he's alright. And he was just a nerd. And I love the just total nerd.
I mean, yeah, of course.
But everybody was hamming it all over, left, right and centre. Even Stephen Amell when he came on. We'll talk about performances in a second, but there's not a great deal you can say about the movie because, let's be honest, the plot is threadbare.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, so, I mean, basically, Shredder is getting transported.
Yeah.
The Turtles are given information from April, is it?
Yeah.
About a planned breakout of Shredder. Stephen Amell is in the police van.
Didn't like
thing.
that.
I didn't like that either.
I wasn't happy with the cop.
And they're attacked. The Turtles are there trying to stop the attack. And then Shredder is teleported.
which came completely out of nowhere.
I kind of wanted Tyler Perry to go energize, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. No.
I would have been happy with that. But so he's teleported and he meets Krang, which, let's talk about Krang.
I loved Krang.
It was fine.
He was big fucking... Who was it that said it? Mikey, when he said he's like a chewing gum that's been... he's like chewed up chewing gum with a face.
Uh-huh.
That's what he was.
He was,
I thought Krang was brilliant. I thought the robot was excellent. I don't know what I was expecting. Probably the shit one from the cartoons back in the day, but he was excellent. Krang was pretty badass.
I liked him.
Aye.
He was fine.
And I didn't know he was going to be in the movie. I didn't know they were going to have him. I didn't know the robot was going to be there. I didn't know the Technodrome was going to be there. I didn't know any of that was going to happen. So when he came on, I was like, holy shit, this movie's just sent me for a loop. Like, it's completely done us.
So it was much more, for me, it was, I guess from what you're saying for you as well, it was much more related to the cartoon that we grew up with and, and all that. And the tone of it, the style of it, the way the characters looked and all that was much more from the cartoon. Hell, at one point April had a thing on her the smartwatch kind of thing, and it had Donnie's cartoon face on it, which
awesome.
There were lots of little touches like that,
well,
like
even
Vanilla Ice.
Donnie had the SNES remote on his arm.
Yes,
as well,
that's right.
That was awesome.
And Vanilla Ice on the jukebox. Which I fucking loved that as well.
It was brilliant.
The end credits where they played the proper
Turtle Power.
Yep. Yeah, it was a good.
It does what it says on the tin.
And as I said at the start, it wasn't a Transformers movie where it just rapes my memories of the Transformers.
There was a Transformer in it though.
There was a Transformer in it.
That was an awesome little scene, man. Not a legitimate Transformer. It's like a Halloween scene where Mikey comes bouncing out of the sewers because it's
pretty much the opening scene, isn't it?
It's like the only time that the turtles can go out and not be like judged or anything like that. And there's like this little yellow car, which straight away I was thinking Bumblebee, and then it actually transforms into Bumblebee, and I was sat there thinking, oh man, I love you, Michael Bay. I don't love Michael Bay, but when he does this shit, like when he does the Turtles, I know he didn't direct it, but when the Turtles, he's nailing. Like Transformers, he's destroyed. Turtles, he's nailing.
That was actually another movie that I watched. I bought the Blu-ray of the proper Transformers movie, which I said to you before we started recording there.
Yeah.
And I actually put on Facebook, which I've started doing.
Yeah, no, you have.
Yeah, no,
it's worrying.
What's happening to me?
It's worrying.
I'm watching Dreamgirls. I'm putting on Facebook that I'm watching movies. Ugh. I was always one of those people who said, like, I don't care what you're watching. What are you doing that for?
I don't want to know what you had for tea.
I know. I'm not done that yet. That's
been on toast, by the way.
Anyway, bygones. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, the 1980s Transformers movie is how you make a fucking Transformers movie. The Transformers movies that Michael Bay does do not work. For me, personally, they do not work at all in any way, shape or fucking form. It was a bit Shatnery, wasn't it?
It was.
But this Turtles movie did work. It did justice to the original cartoon.
Yeah.
The Turtles characters, Splinter's character, again, I mean, he didn't really get much to do again, but yeah, Splinter.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Bebop and Rocksteady, spot on. Krang, fine. Yep. No quibbles with Krang at all. Splinter, Shredder, bygones. Shredder didn't
barely in it
get a great deal to do.
No.
I mean, hell, when you were taking Ruby out to the toilet, he got frozen and put in a...
Yeah, you said that, yeah, and he didn't come back either.
No.
Which was...
He got frozen and put in like a sealed thing.
Setting up for the third movie.
Obviously, yep.
I mean, Krang said he'd be back. More powerful than ever.
He did. So I'm up for that. I'm up for a third movie.
Oh, I'm so up for that. This movie's just popcorn. It's nostalgia. Like you say, it's exactly what the cartoons used to be like. It's just so over the top, ridiculous and stupid. I loved it. Absolutely. And even though they pretty much gave you that scene in the first movie when they're going down the mountain. They're going down the mountain and all the trucks are... They pretty much did exactly the same scene, just in River Rapids. And again, I'm sitting there going, I'm in, I'm sold. This is awesome. Like, I mean, even Ruby pulled me up on the way home because I must have swore during the movie, which you've
You
known
did.
me.
As soon as it was when Megan Fox said Cowabunga, and you
Yeah.
went, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I did that. And the other bit was when Seamus jumps in the tank and he starts like shooting the fuck out of the front of the plane. And I was just like, oh fuck, man, oh shit. And Ruby like totally pulled us up, but I totally did it with fucking. Why would they give that line to her?
They haven't said that before, have they?
I don't think they have, but why give it to her? But yeah, as Ruby said in the little bit at the start, she's much better in this movie.
Sure, she had more to do. She had more April O'Neil stuff to do. She was a bit Lois Laney in places.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't a damsel in distress that had to be saved by the turtles. She was kicking ass a few times. And I said to you, I think it's actually when she's stealing the information from the lab. No, it's when she's trying to scan the guy's iPad.
Yeah.
And she's got the watch on, and she's got to stay close to him. So this being a movie where Michael Bay is involved, she gets schoolgirl's skirt and ties up her top.
Yep.
And yeah.
And becomes Megan Fox in a Michael
So
Bay
you
movie.
just know Michael Bay was wanking in the corner.
Oh, pretty much.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So yeah, that was TMNT2.
It was fine. It was okay. I mean, you're not going into a movie like that expecting fucking, I don't know, Bourne.
No.
You know, which, by the way, I'm seeing this Saturday night.
Cheeky review next week? Next episode?
Why the devil not?
So there you go. You're
So
going
that's
to be getting Bourne and Suicide Squad on the next episode. That'll be a good episode. I'm looking forward to that. Would you like to move on to the top 5?
Let's do it.
And I'll finalise it during this promo.
Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher. Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's our pals over at History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah.
Or Hobie, or Hobes, or...
Not Hobes.
Or History of Bad Ideas.
Not Hobes. Don't be a prick.
Hashtag Hobie. It's because you seem to be embracing it, so I'm just taking advantage.
Yeah, but there's a limit.
Is there a limit?
There's a limit.
So would you like to tell the good people what the top 5 this week is?
Sure. So it's top 5 TV intros from when we were a kid.
Well, to be fair, I kind of didn't go for intros. I just went for like top 5 like shows that I watched as a kid that I totally remember and absolutely love. So yeah, my list is probably going to be shit because I wasn't really thinking of just the theme tune. But
I didn't make that clear. It was the
well,
theme tune.
So you say?
Well, read your fucking texts.
Well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my. That's the way I went for it. But you know, I still got a top 5 out of it, which I've literally just finalised.
Fair enough. Okay.
So why are we doing this section? Why are we doing kids' TV shows that we watched as kids?
Well, we're going to be reviewing the Turtles movie.
Yeah.
And we said during that little review there that we felt pretty nostalgic. You know, the bit where the turtle tank, or I forget what it's called, came out and they were firing the bloody
Tortuga Brothers.
I sort of leaned to you and said, I had that fucking toy when I was a kid.
Yeah. We didn't have toys.
You said that in the cinema. I didn't appreciate it being made to feel bad in the cinema watching a Turtles movie, but thank you.
For those at home, I would like to explain that.
Mm-hmm.
I did lean over when Chris said that to me. I did lean over and say, "We didn't have toys in the home,"
and I replied, "Oh fuck."
But you know, that's just the way I roll. I like to make people feel good or bad.
Yep.
So, yes.
So we're feeling a bit nostalgic from where we're going to be.
Turtles movie?
The Turtles?
Turtles?
The Turtles movie. So, yeah. Why the hell not?
Why the hell not? I thought we'd already done this, if I'm honest.
No, we didn't. We didn't do this before.
I thought we had, but you told me that
we
never.
did, like, our favourite music or our favourite TV show intros of all time, kind of, like, overall.
Right.
because, again, if you'll remember, Luther was in my top 5.
Right, okay.
And I think, was it not my number 1?
I think so, yeah.
Or was Sopranos number 1, maybe?
Or Luther.
Aye.
Couldn't get my Luther.
So it was like overall, not from when we were kids.
I'm not quibbling with you. I'm just.
It sounds like you are.
I'm just saying.
And I don't appreciate it.
I'm just saying a little something.
You know.
So
I am the 365 champion, and you played the Godfather music earlier on, so just fucking look it.
Okay. So I'll tell you what. This is your section. This is your baby. I'll let you go first with your number 5.
Exciting. So number 5 is. It's a theme tune that everybody knows. They should.
I don't know.
You don't know the song. You do.
I don't.
Right, my number 5 is Fraggle Rock. Relax, it's fine.
Is this it?
In a minute. You'll know it, you have to know it.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
I can't actually.
Yeah, have you ever heard that song before?
I've heard the song. I never watched it, to be honest. I never watched it.
I love that show.
I honestly didn't. And
we've got a lot of love actually for that show on
Fraggle Rock on the
Facebook poop shoots.
Yeah, we got some good. We got some poop shoots on the go. I did see them. I didn't read through them.
I've got them on my phone.
But we'll go through them in a little bit. Fraggle Rock.
So Fraggle Rock is fucking cool, man.
It is cool. I'll give you that.
You know what? I had the best afternoon ever. Just looking through the YouTubes.
Aye.
For these different videos and that. It was just,
see, I just stayed away from that because if I had done that, I would never got anything else done.
Well, I'm not. I'm not going to say I didn't get anything done, but I'd be lying.
You know what I'm like when I start going on to the YouTubes and stuff. I go mental and I can't get off for like days and so I just.
You don't want to be doing that.
I didn't bother.
So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is a TV show that used to be on the Cartoon Network. I used to love watching this. There's I think a couple of mine off Cartoon Network because that was like my jam back in the day. We didn't have full Sky, but we got Cartoon Network. So, So yeah, my number 1 sorry, not my number 1. My number 5 is a show called Dexter's Lab. Do you remember Dexter's Lab?
Kind of.
I used to love this show, man. Now, I realise that for the sake of a podcast, that's a pretty bad tune. But as I said, my number 5 was cartoons that I used to love watching.
That's fine.
Not just theme tunes.
Don't worry.
But I used to love watching Dexter's Lab.
I don't really have any recollection of it. I've heard of it.
Did you not like Dexter's Lab? Oh, man.
I think it was maybe after my time.
It's when he had, like, after your time. I suppose you got a good 15 years on me. But yeah, like... He had he was a little boy, little kid, and he was like a crazy scientist, like a crazy genius, and he had like a massive lab underneath his house, and his sister Dee Dee used to come in and just fuck his shit up all the time, and it was just awesome. And I remember one episode in particular when she was trying to she kept foiling his plans. But then, he was trying to catch her, and it was fucking irritating because she kept going, can't catch me, can't catch me, can't catch me, can't catch me. And it was fucking
That is irritating.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, your number 4?
Yeah, my number 4. Again, everybody should know this fucking
Yeah, I know
show.
this one. I know this one.
You should, I would have hit you if you didn't know the show. Yeah, I love this show. Again, similar to the Turtles. God knows how many of the toys I had of this. I know I had the Thunder Tank. So my number 4 is Thundercats.
Ho!
Thundercats.
I once nearly chinned a kid. Chinned? For the Americans, if you say chinned, it means beat 'em up.
Right.
I once nearly had a fight with a kid in...
Were you a kid too, or was this like last week?
It was like last week. He was about 10. In the train station.
Right.
I was sat in the Berwick train station in the waiting rooms, and this fucking little twat just kept sitting there going, ho! And they were doing the Thundercats thing, and it was like, thunder, thunder, ho! And I was just like, oh, any minute now, I'm just going to lamp him. Any minute. I didn't, because he probably could have kicked my ass.
Were you going to do like the bro kick or something?
Oh, that would have been pretty cool. I could have given him a phenomenal forearm off one of the seats.
You could have done, or switch your music, because that's, if you're, you're the same as me, like, fitness-wise, where that's probably as high as you could get your leg, so...
All right.
And you could still say that you've switched your music someone.
Yeah. Like I say, he was only 10, though.
Fine. What are you going to do?
So I decided not to.
That's the right age to get over it. So what's your number 4?
My number 4 was an obvious one. This was going to be on my list from the very start. I was just trying to figure out where to put it, because this is one of the most iconic cartoon programs that I used to love watching, and the theme tune stuck in your head for about 6 or 7 days, probably longer, and it's not going to leave my head for another couple of days. So yeah, this one.
Love Chip and Dale.
There is literally only one theme song, cartoon-wise, that I can think is more infectious than that song, and I know it's going to be on your top 5, if not your number 1. So I didn't choose it. I went with Chip and Dale.
Yeah, I love that show. I actually had that game on... Maybe Game Boy? Was it Game Boy?
Jesus, yeah, Chip and Dale.
Or maybe the NES.
Oh, holy shit, yeah.
Possibly the NES. It was an awesome game.
Yeah. I used to love the show. Chip and Dale's awesome. It's just great. And like I say, the song, now that I've listened to it, it's not going to leave my head for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So
See, I had that with Fraggle Rock before.
That'll be me for a good long while. Chip and Dale was awesome. That takes us to your number 3.
It does. So we're getting into Brit territory now for the next 2.
Brit territory?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Now, I don't know if the Americans will have heard of this, but you bloody well should have. It's a very, very famous?
I like that.
Very famous British cartoon from the 80s, and it's Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there. He's the ace. He's amazing. He's the strongest. He's the quickest. He's the best. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse.
I never really used to watch this as a kid.
I love that show.
Never watched it as a kid, but I've seen it since, and it is a good show. It's a good ass show. David Jason was the voice, wasn't he?
He's actually the voice for my number 2 as well. He was doing the voices for fucking just everything in the 80s.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, I don't know if the Americans will have heard of this. So, I mean, like, Hobie, Jock and Nerd, have you guys heard of Danger Mouse?
I'm sure they would have.
Drop us a line, let us know.
I'm sure they would have. Everybody's heard of Danger Mouse. So, yeah, I used to love that show. Like I said, I didn't watch it as a kid, but I watched it as I got a bit older, and it must have translated.
They probably tried to remake it.
But it would be like Health and Safety Mouse or something.
Maybe.
Because, you know, they don't like danger.
Maybe Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse would have been...
Or is that before Danger Mouse?
I don't know.
Actually, I listened to the intro from Mighty Mouse, and it's fucking awful. It's like something out of Mad Men. So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is another trip down Cartoon Network memory lane. There was almost a third theme song from Cartoon Network that landed on my list, which was Johnny...
Was it Sister? No?
No, that was Nickelodeon.
Bygones.
Aye, that was Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
The third one that nearly made the list was Johnny Bravo, but to be perfectly honest, there's not many words in that one either, much like my Dexter's Lab. And this one is another one that we all used to sing in school all the time because it's fucking awesome. Have you heard this?
I don't think so.
You're going to love this. If this is your first time, you are going to love this.
I don't think I have.
Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how. Cow. Chicken. Cow and chicken.
Cow and Chicken.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've not heard that before.
Did you never watch Cow and Chicken?
Nah.
It was a cartoon about a cow and a chicken that were brothers. And as you can... it was just fucking stupid. The devil was always trying to get them to do, like, really heinous shit. And the chicken was always getting in trouble, and the cow was the one that was supposed to sort the chicken out. And it's just the fact that they have real parents, like their parents are humans.
Right.
It's just
right, okay.
fucking awesome. Such a good little show. I used to love watching it. Again, it was on Cartoon Network, and that was my jam back in the day.
Fair enough. I mean, I was never really a Cartoon Network
it was
kind of guy. I mean,
Cartoon Network was an acquired taste. Like, I will say that,
because you know I used to watch like Danger Mouse and whatever, Chip and Dale, that DuckTales, that kind of thing. DuckTales isn't in my top 5, by the way.
Oh,
and I'll tell you for what. Is that the one you thought?
Yeah, that's the one I thought.
No, I'll tell you for why. Because when we did our top 5, where it was best intros of all time. Yeah. That was quite high up. I think it was number 3 or 4. So I thought I can't put it in there twice.
Okay.
So that's my reasoning behind that. But that was always on like ITV or BBC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Cartoon Network came along, it was always I wasn't really watching cartoons anymore.
Oh, that's sad.
How's it sad?
That's really sad. You should never stop watching cartoons.
Right.
Chris.
Yeah.
What's your number 2?
Yeah. My number 2 is another British show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another David Jason voiced character.
Yes.
And you must have heard this
song. Of course I've heard this one.
It's another one that everybody knows this song.
Yep.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking addictive. It's Count Duckula.
Castle Duckula, home for many centuries to a dreadful dynasty of vicious vampire ducks, the Counts of Duckula. Legend has it that these foul beings can be destroyed by a stake through the heart or exposure to sunlight. This does not suffice, however, for they may be brought back to life by means of a secret rite that can be performed once a century when the moon is in the 8th house of Aquarius.
Blood.
I'll get it! The latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
In the heart of Transylvania, in the Vampire Hall of Fame, yeah, there's not a vampire any other.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Another one that I didn't really watch.
No.
Like back in the day. Have seen it ever since though, and yeah, I'm totally on board with that one.
You know, David Jason, man. David Jason.
He can do anything.
Of course he can.
He could. He does anything.
No, he does. Does he now really?
Well,
like he's maybe starting to simmer down.
There's not much he can do now, to be fair. So
Count Duckula, awesome show, and you can't beat it.
It was an awesome show. It was.
So what's your
I'm
number 2? Oh,
this intro.
Wow, I am shocked.
Why? Really?
Yeah.
Do you not like this?
I fucking loved it. I'm just shocked that you did.
No, this not so much the song itself. I do love the song, but this holds quite a strong memory for me. Way back in the day. We're talking when I was a nipper. This is like one of the shows that me and my dad used to watch. And like anybody who's listened to the show before, we're not exactly on good terms. We don't speak very often. We don't really get on. But this is one of my earliest memories of any cartoon is Raggy Dolls. And I fucking love the intro.
It's not much of a life when you're just a pretty face. Just to be whoever you are is no disgrace. Don't be scared if you don't fit in. Look who's in the reject bin. It's the Raggy Dolls. Raggy Dolls. Dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls. Raggy Dolls. Made imperfectly. Raggy Dolls. Raggy Dolls. Happy just to be. Raggy Dolls. Raggy Dolls. Dolls like you and me.
I know it's a bit childish.
Don't worry about it.
I know it's a bit...
You know what? It very nearly made my list. Don't worry about it.
Compared to the rest of my list. But this is one of those shows that I remember just watching at a very, very early age. And I just remember it. And the theme tune's catchy as shit.
It is.
It's
absolutely.
It was a great little show. It was stupid, but it was great. So yeah, that had to be my number 1.
Fair play.
Number 2, sorry. I know it's a little bit of a surprise, but I had to go there.
It's all good. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's a catchy ass song.
Every now and then I like the surprise.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
So before we move on to number 1s, do you want to throw out some honourable mentions? Because we got a few.
Yeah, I've got quite a lot of them. Transformers,
Okay.
He-Man, Banana Man,
Yep,
DuckTales, as I said, Tailspin, Chip and Dale, Airwolf, Gummy Bears, Ninja Turtles, and Saved by the Bell.
You really wanted this to be a top 10. By the way, people, I was getting like, do you ever watch these shows where people are bartering with people and trying to haggle? I was getting haggled today for a top 10. I said no to 10. So instantly I got a text saying 9. I said no to 9. Then I instantly got a text saying 7. I said no to 7. It's 5, people. It's a top 5.
Yeah, but I'm 365 champion, damn it. I think I should have a top 10 when I want a top 10.
Who does a top 10?
We could have been the first, Kev. Pioneers.
No, we're not pioneers.
We're not now.
No, we'll never be pioneers. We're the highest paid podcasters in Berwick, and that's
we are. Is that? Are you happy with that?
I am happy.
Well, I'm not happy. Staying still. If you're staying still, you're not moving forward, Kev.
Always in motion.
So that's my honourable mentions. What have you got? Any?
Yeah, I had a couple, but again, my list was TV shows that I loved, not so much the intros.
Yeah, my honourables were like He-Man,
Banana
Man. It was mostly sort of like talking.
I loved Erie, Indiana. I used to love that TV show.
I have heard of that. I think I watched it.
It was quite good, the theme tune, but it was mostly just the guy telling the story of who he is. Renford Rejects was another one that I used to love. That was on, I think it was Nickelodeon that was on. I loved the theme tune to Recess, because Recess was awesome. Who doesn't love the Rugrats theme tune?
I never watched Rugrats.
Oh man, it's a great theme. Yeah, they were pretty much mine, and we'll just move on to what other people said. What was did you get poop shoots?
I did get some poop shoots. So I got the lads from the Free Trade B team, best pool team in Berwick.
Allegedly.
So about 30 seconds after I'd actually posted the thing, Paul Byrne got involved. He got quite involved with this one.
We like it when Paul gets involved.
We do.
Especially when he gets heavily involved.
He was up for this one. So immediately he said DuckTales.
Yes.
He likes a bit of DuckTales. Funny story, me and him were, I believe it was a New Year's Day, drunk in the pub, as, tends to happen. I had an Amazon app situation where I ended up ordering the DVD special edition of the DuckTales movie.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then it arrived and neither of us could remember me ordering it.
Best way to get things like that.
There you go.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say there that you recreated the Beyonce video with the DuckTales theme tune over it. You know, like they did that on YouTube.
No.
Somebody done the Single Ladies video, but they put the DuckTales theme tune over the top
that
of
was
it.
upsetting.
Yeah, well, it would be to you, you know. Not to me and Titus, though.
Never that. Fuck Titus. He also said Recess and Kenan and Kel.
Recess is awesome. Kenan and Kel awesome.
Richard Tucker said Ninja Turtles, and then this is where the thing changed. This is where the top 5 changed,
right?
Because Paul Byrne said it was initially supposed to be cartoons only,
yeah,
and then he demanded that I change it so that he could include Kenan and Kel on his list.
So we are letting people who I don't even think have a passing interest in listening to this podcast.
As far as I'm aware, he's never listened to an episode.
So we're letting people who never listen to this podcast stipulate the rules of our top 5.
He gets involved, God love him.
He does get involved, give him that. And he's never going to listen anyway.
So Chris Meekin said Banana Man, Super Ted, Biker Mice from Mars.
Awesome, Biker Mice from Mars.
And then he said Transformers, Animaniacs.
Oh man!
I know.
Animaniacs?
I remember just having a conversation with Hobie about fucking Animaniacs and you didn't think of it.
No way.
Well, that's your fault, not mine. And then he took it too far and said, Pokemon.
Yep, awesome.
So I told him to fuck off.
Pokemon, go.
And then Aaron said Batman Animated Series.
Yep.
Which I'm not familiar with the...
There's not much to it, but
intro of that. So we had some involvement from the lads at Another Damn Wrestling Show.
Woohoo!
So we had Joe and Matt and another one. So Joe said number 5, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Number 4, Saved by the Bell. Number 3, A-Team. Number 2, Dukes of Hazzard. And number 1, Knight Rider.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we had quite a long conversation. Let me just go back to it. Hold on a wee second. So then Matt said Knight Rider, A-Team, Dukes of Hazzard, Transformers, He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Rick said G.I. Joe. He couldn't even be arsed to come up with a top 5. Bruni said David Bruni Brown said Ghostbusters, Trapdoor, and Count Duckula.
Trapdoor.
And Button Moon.
Button Moon?
Yeah, Button Moon. And then also Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, obviously.
And then we had some involvement on the Facebooks. Thank you, guys. So Doug Campbell, friend of the show from the Dallas Action.
Listen to the episodes.
Absolutely bloody. He said the Dukes of Hazzard, Simon and Simon. Now, I'm not familiar with this.
2 guys called Simon?
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's go with it.
The A-Team, Doctor Who, and Magnum P.I.
Doctor Who? I can't believe you didn't have Doctor Who in there. You like?
Well, I didn't watch that one as a kid, though, you see.
That's pretty good.
That's all right. Again, with the shocked. I didn't watch that when I was a kid.
Right, okay.
I didn't watch that until 2005.
You didn't, yeah, you've said that.
You know, you could argue that I was still a kid now, but yeah. So we got some feedback from Blake from Hobie. So Blake said Star Blazers, Scrubs. How old is Blake?
How old is Blake? Scrubs.
MASH, and Scooby-Doo and the Monkeys.
Oh, the Monkey.
You forgetting all these ones?
Yeah, there's some crackers here. Like.
Dev, I'll come back to Dev's list, because it's about fucking 3 hours long. Kev Wright, thank you, man. Got involved and said Dog Tanyan. Now, fucking hell, have you listened to the Dog Tanyan intro?
I haven't, no.
Oh, God, it's good. Gummy Bears, Step by Step, Full House, and Raccoons.
Raccoons, awesome. Oh, I love Raccoons. Know what that is. I used to love Raccoons with Cyril Sneer.
So Dev said number 5, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Number 4, Ninja Turtles. Number 3, Looney Tunes. Number 2, a Hobie That Shit, or hashtag Hobie That Shit.
That's an actual hashtag now.
I know. Jetsons / Flintstones.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Thundercats.
Oh!
And then Orbital mentions Garfield, He-Man and Masters of the Universe, Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh, Rocko's Modern... Oh, I used to love that.
Smurfs.
Oh, Smurfs.
Why didn't I get one?
Yeah, you should have that.
Right. Fraggle Rock, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the Gummy Bears. The Gummy Bears is a great intro.
That is a really good one.
And I think that's it.
Awesome. I was going to put it on the Twitter, but I decided not to.
What we got plenty of feedback.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for.
Oh yeah, thanks to everybody
giving us the feedback. Big Dev and Blake and.
I like when Big Dev gets involved because normally he's just salty about everything.
This one got a lot of passion though.
Yeah.
The fact that I'd hardly even pressed send, and Paul Byrne got involved.
Good.
Yeah.
He's not going to listen, though.
He's not going to listen.
No.
Ignorant prick.
Even if we told him we talked about him for like a whole episode, he wouldn't listen.
And he's got the hair of a black man. So.
Okay. Got my editing work cut out for
Yeah,
me.
be fine.
So you're number one then.
So my number one, I was addicted to this
Yeah.
show when I was a kid.
As was everyone.
I had the fucking toys. God knows how many toys I had. I mean, I was addicted to it. And it's a catchy ass tune. And it's Knight Rider. Fuck yeah.
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless. In a world of criminals...
Knight Rider.
You don't hassle the Hoff.
You do not. Indeed, you do not.
I used to love Knight Rider. Knight Rider was awesome. Although, bigger fan of 18. Definitely a bigger fan of the 18 theme tune as well. I do like the Knight Rider theme tune, though.
Yeah.
Plus, the voice of Kit was the principal from Boy Meets World. And I loved Boy Meets World.
Huh.
So, yeah, just a little bit of trivia for you there.
There you go.
I'm sure somebody will tweet us later and say that's bullshit.
Yeah. Aye. Knight Rider, though.
Knight Rider's cool. I like that. I'll give you that one. It is a very, very cool soundtrack to a very cool show.
Indeedly doodly.
Yeah.
I'm turning into such a prick.
You are. I'm worried about you.
You know, the next episode at this rate, I'm going to be wearing a scarf.
Please don't. Like a Chris Jericho scarf.
Yeah.
Oh. I might get a Chris Jericho jacket.
You think I could rock that shit?
I think if you turn up with an Enzo hairstyle, that's when I'll be like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore.
Even if it's leopardy?
Even if it's leopardy.
Oh, man.
Especially if it's leopardy.
You know, I've got an appointment to get my hair cut in, like, I don't know, 2 weeks' time or whatever. I was going to ask her to do that shit.
If you turn up at my house and you're like, my name is Enzo Amore, I'm just going to be like, no, what, mate? Let's not record tonight. I've got a sore throat. Just get yourself away home. That literally, that's what I'll do. So let's move on to my number one.
Okay.
This was by far the easiest choice I have ever made. Unfortunately, Big Dev stole it. Didn't put it anywhere near as high as I did.
Joe stole mine.
But this TV show I grew up on and I loved. I've watched most incarnations ever since. I loved the Adi Shankar bootleg film that he made of it. I wish the Dawson was going to be in the proper movie. I can't wait to see the proper movie. And yeah, my number one is this. I'm not kidding, mate. Pink Ranger was my first love.
I never watched it.
Why not?
I never watched it.
How could you not watch this?
I just didn't.
It was the Saturday morning... Wait a minute.
Maybe it was because I was like you and I was an awkward prick. So if like everybody was watching it, I'd go, "Hey, I'm not watching the thing."
Fuck off! I'm not that bad, am I?
You fucking are.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Really?
You refused to watch Daredevil for ages because people were going on about it.
Yeah,
you said earlier on this episode, you're waiting for it to die down with Stranger Things until people have watched it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Well, I mean,
I don't like.
What's up with that?
What's up with that? Who? I don't like I don't like being told by everybody and sundry that you have to watch this thing, and it makes me not want to watch it right away because everybody's hyping it up. And then if I sit down and watch it, after all the hype it's got, I'll sit there and I'll be like, it's not as good as everybody's saying it is.
Don't
Because
let people affect
you know what it's like when people hype things up. They hype things up too much, and then it's never what you were hoping. And so I'll wait until people aren't hyping it, and then I'll watch it and I'll love it.
You're not a sheep. You're not the kind of guy who
I'm not
likes or dislikes things just because, Batman versus Superman. You're not that kind of guy.
Is that your go-to?
You've got your own mind. You can see somebody. For me, it was Gary Chudley had put on Facebook that he'd been watching it, and it was fucking awesome. So I thought, I'll give it a go. I wasn't really aware of it, but I saw that, and I thought, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
But you're not a fucking sheep.
No, I know that. I'll like to, on this one, I'm going to wait until people have stopped talking about it, which will be next week, and then I'll watch it all together.
It's been bloody awkward.
You know what people are like? They'll forget about it tomorrow, and that's when I'll watch it.
I know you,
because that's. I'll watch it. I need people to just shut up about it, and then I'll watch it. It's like every time I go on Facebook, Stranger Things is the maze balls, and I know fine well it's going to be. As I said,
what kind of super prick would say that?
As I said earlier, I know it's going to be exactly up my street. I just need to wait and give it a minute, and then when people stop talking about it, that's when I'll enjoy it, and then I won't be as hyped up anymore. It's my process. Just let me work through my shit. So that has been the top 5 of this episode. Top 5 TV-themed tunes or TV shows that we loved as kids. And Power Rangers was 100% my number 1.
Knight Rider was better.
There was no other choice for me. It's the one show that I consistently watched all the way through, like, my early years, my formative years, my teen years, and all that shit. I loved it. I love the movies, for fuck's sake.
That's as I said before we played the Knight Rider clip, I was obsessed with that show.
Yeah.
I loved that show when I was a kid, and there was no way that wasn't going to be my number 1.
You have a bit of a chubby for Michael Knight?
Oh, fuck I.
It is Hoff. Hoff is
exactly.
He's pretty tidy, like Mitch Buchanan. I think the next time we come back is going to be Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
It's going to be Jason Bourne. Yeah, you're going to be doing a review of that.
We'll see if we can get Paul back on.
Yeah, definitely. Fuck yeah, it's about time. Like, we need to get him back on before we hit 50.
We do.
Most def.
So he's coming to see. He's going with me to see Jason Bourne on Saturday night. So,
and he'll probably come see Suicide Squad.
I would have thought so.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see that.
Paul Byrne's going to see Suicide Squad.
There is no fucking way we're going to get him on this.
You never know.
Unless, right, I do have a Zoom recorder. It is pretty fucking awesome, and it does pick everything up. We could just sit there and be like, so Paul, all covert, like, under the coat.
Wow.
Under the coat.
That's what you call a Freudian slip there, Kev.
And be like, so Paul, what exactly did you think of Suicide Squad? Maybe not as generic as that. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. So Paul, what exactly did you think of Suicide Squad? And then when he goes, fucking shite, we can record it.
Best Paul Byrne impression ever. Because you probably get, all right.
Exactly.
Fucking Carl Pilkington.
He'd be like, I've seen it. Like,
maybe.
Proper, like, top secret roving reporters, just like, tuck it under the coat. And then he talks, and then we record it, and then we put it on the podcast. He's not going to listen, so he's not going to sue us.
We'll try that. I think a couple of the lads from the Free Trade B team listen. I think it'll be fine.
If one of them lets it
I'll
slip.
just buy him a Peroni, he'll be fine.
I'll be fine. He wouldn't be bothered anyway. So yeah, we're going to come back for episode 46, probably in about a week's time, 2 weeks' time. It'll be soon anyway. I've got a baby now, so, I like to try and get out of the house. So, it'll be sooner than that. If I watch Stranger Things, I might come back and I might do a cheeky little 45-minute thing.
It's pretty addictive.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. As always, we're on the Facebook, we're on the Twitter. Just look for 365 Flicks Pod or 365 Flicks Podcast. Type it into your Googles. We're absolutely everywhere. We've got the website, 365flickspodcast.co.uk. Check out the hashtag Pod and Family. There's some awesome podcasts on that little group on the Twitters.
Certainly are, yep.
Look for the old Wicked Radio Network, the old Tangent Bone Network, the Wee Bee Geeks, and
Geeky Antics Network Global.
Well done.
I know, and that's after cider.
I tell you what, man, you're getting there. You are
fucking
getting there.
Me, Kev.
I am patronising you. I'm pandering to you.
Bested.
And iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Satchel, They've all got a subscribe button. Hit the fucking subscribe. They've all got rate and review sections. Fucking rate and review. You know, my kids told you have to leave a comment for us, so do that. I always say cheeky 3 to 5.
Do you want to make kids cry, really, by not subscribing?
Exactly.
What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
What is wrong with you?
How dare you?
Sir.
How dare you?
Sir.
Just do that. And, so find us everywhere. And anything you want to say, buddy?
I think that you should hit my music.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the moves that really move them. I said chill up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy.
Why would you think I would notice your Shawn Michaels t-shirt?
Because it was right there.
Honestly, man, fuck's sake.
What?
Why am I going to notice that?
Because.
Can you tell I've got nothing to talk about here?
Are you just trying for an after credits thing?
Well, we always do an after credits thing now. We kind of fade out, we do an after credits. But this time I literally had nothing prepared.
That was no good.
But then you told me about your shitty Shawn Michaels t-shirt.
Fuck you, it was not shitty.
I was too busy catching Pokemons. No.
I'm wearing a Tyrion Lannister one tonight.
You were 5 minutes late, so I was catching Pokemons.
It wasn't my fault.
You were 5 minutes late, I was catching Pokemons.
Fuck you, you fucking Pokemon. We're not doing that again.
And when I'm doing Pokemons, you expect me to fucking see your Shawn Michaels t-shirt.
Well, it was red.
We have to mention Pokemon, because everybody's in all our podcasts is talking about Pokemons.
Well, fuck all them.
No.
Yeah.
They might listen to us.
I'm not talking about Pokemon.
You're really, really taking away our listenership. We've probably lost everybody in America because they love Pokemon.
You know what? They love the Scottish accent better, so there you go.
We are a classy accent podcast.
I am.
So we're told. You know. Yeah. We had science. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much.
Was that your Elvis?
No, I didn't mean like thank you very much. Oh. Want to see me comb my hair real quick? That was Johnny Bravo. Yeah, I'm just going to play this out now. Next time?
Uh-huh.
I make them hot. I make them shiver. Their knees get weak. Whenever I'm around, they see me walk. They hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud 9.